That's right, Timmy. My name is Dayson, and thank you for joining my channel today. Huh. Was it Thursday, the 13th, November 2025? Do you know where your children are? Part 5. Shout out to the world out there. Shout out to you guys. I'm going live nearly 3 o'clock my time. So, a lot of you guys are eating dinner or watching that same Office episode on Netflix. Wondering how long will this winter be? I'll tell you one thing about the winter, though. It'll slow the day down, but it don't slow how many days are going by, because how the hell is it the 13th already? Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody in the future chat. Thank you for the likes, comments, and subscribes. What did I got dang on 1,000 subscribers, boy? Who would have ever thought it? Who would have ever thought it? Shout out to TBFB13 Squad. Salute part 2, part 3, and part 4. Thank you for dropping likes on the videos. The algorithm will algorithm eventually. Usually give it like 2.5 minutes and people start getting a notification. The velocity mapping attention or something, boy. We'll see how many people invites at this time of day too. Normally go live earlier. But yeah, man. How's this week been, TBFB? Notice anything going on, or is it we're just trying to figure out how the whole world just got off the food stamps and the cost of living, and now they're talking about Trump's emails and all his friends? Ooh, interesting. That's what our problem is. Gmail instant messages with Epstein, a dead guy. That's what's going on right now. That's where we're at right now. Not the cost, not this war with South America, not this silent depression, recession, and job collapse. Nope, none of those things. Ooh, Donald Trump was invited to a holiday. They forgot everything they was on last week, boy, didn't they? They forgot that rent is due again next month. They back on the daggone Pablo Dog show, featuring the United States of America. And everybody's a damn agent, and everybody got some blackmail. No Olivia Pope. This is like Scandal, but in real life, you know what I'm talking about? That's the point. Scandal is about real life. Scandal is the standard. That was an exceptional TV show. That's just how it is, boy. House of Cards too, right? You already know that dude Spacey. He got some curious cases too. Part 5. All his cases disappeared, man. I ain't forget. Mr. Spacey has some weird cases, bro. And all his witnesses ain't here no more. I just want to put that out there. I don't know if it's him or Hillary, but you know what I'm talking about? Art imitating life be damned. Kevin Spacey and Garth Brooks are elite, getting away with shit that they should not have gotten away with. I'll figure out how karma worked for them one day. Shout out everybody else. You're reading the Lexum from beginning, page by page. Oh shit, you're the Septuagint. That's a very interesting challenge. I have not done that. I'm more so just open up the book to any page and just start reading it, and then I'll get irritated because I missed something, and I'll go back to the beginning. Then I get something else. I'll come back to that later. I'm just trying to remember where everything is now. Like where it happened. Like that definitely happened in the beginning. Because this is about Enoch and them. Alright. Like learning how to map it in my head, I guess. Like what happened. Not the quotes, not the words, but the story that's being told. Like we don't know the story of the Bible, it seems. No one's done that. That's the strangest shit about it. It gives you a lineage. You can kind of deduce how old they are. And how much of that shit's happening at the same time, too. Which is the scarier part about it. So yeah, reading it from beginning to end. And then remembering the key people and places and tribe names. And try to keep track of the time it's passed between each story. They're telling us something, boy. You can tell those were like the soap operas back then, boy. They was telling us something. They're trying to let us know something. Everything else is a foregone conclusion if it's your culture, right? That book wasn't about culture, though. There was some very specific episodes. Out of many, I'm sure. That's the real robbery. Where the hell is everything else? Where the hell is the rest of those books? Someone got them. Someone got them. We gotta get to like Vladimir Putin level and start having that conversation. Like, yo, cut the bullshit real quick. Run that back. Where are these books at? Because I seen you got all the treasure chests and all the paintings and shit. That's a cool story, bitch. Usually from a library. But where the fuck are the damn books, Bruce? Where's our books? I got one of them, the Americas book. That's one of many. I got the Africa one too. So actually I got two. But that's just part of a set. Where the rest of the damn King books at? Any of them, actually. Any of them. Any of them in English. There should be so many. There's a lot of kingdoms. Vatican be damned. Niggas had smart people books to do something so stupid. Like, I want to know what the point is. I really do to this day. Like, what was the point of all this shenanigans from 1440s until now? Like, what the fuck going on with these people? What did they accomplish? Control of mediocrity. That's a wild fucking flex. It's a wild, they wild flex Star Civilization, boy. They dumbed this shit down for this? They dumbed it down so much they need AI to think, bro. Like, I just want y'all to take a moment of silence. Rest in peace to all the alchemists. Like, the fuck we talking about? We had hermeticists here up until 1920, I promise you. You gotta check when all those books were published, you'll see. What happened to them, boy? Integration be damned. What happened to their kids? What happened to anyone that was like them? You would hope to see them in Chicago. You don't. Weird fucking story part 5. All those books was published in Chicago. You think like Chicago and Harlem would be on fire with the shit. Bro, between Chicago, Harlem, and everything else in between us, Jesus Christ, boy. You know how many people live there with these books? You know how many magicians fucking live in those cities? Once upon a time in 94. You can't find this shit nowhere now. These niggas is retarded, boy. I hate it here. I hate it. Shout out to Sending 83. Settlement 6. Peace, days on in the trap. Rocky Escobar. Peace to the gods. What's going on with y'all though? Fuck it. We're gonna get that shit back. We're gonna start from scratch, part 3. We're pretty far along though, I would think. Starting from scratch again. That shit sucks. Once you really start clicking on what's going on out here, you'll come back to this video maybe. Like, he did say something like this. It's gonna fucking happen. Yup. There's several matrices. Not in one. Not waking up from one reality to another. That'd be easy. We would have did that already. I think people get lazy in their thoughts and it becomes multi-dimensional. Makes sense. We are two-dimensional, trained. Paper, books, and pencils. Trained you into 2D. By default. That is not what our ancestors were doing. For a very long time, I imagine. So we're regressed culture. Oh, how fun, how fun, how fun. All that means is that we come from people who are further along. So it's not if we can get further along, because we already went further along than this. It's what the fuck? Again? What the fuck going on out here? We gotta rebuild our minds, our temples, all that stuff they talk about. Solomon and David, you gotta build something again. You gotta rebuild Nebuchadnezzar's tower. I don't know. Anyone got any downloads lately? What the hell we doing down here? Part 3. Oh shit, it gave me a Q&A sticker too when I said that. Yeah. Who else in here? Let me see. Shout to the Guess What squad. We about to get blocked. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Samuel, you trolling today? What's going on with you, bro? How can we help you? Allow me to help you. How can I help you? I'm going to make a bracelet out of your ball hair. JJWKKK2183. That's a cool story, bro. Thanks, I think. You don't know your father, do you? Damn. Sometimes he feels like a fatherless child. Because, wow. That's a very strange type of guy to type such a sentence. Double on that, Kingos. You got your daddy. You just like that because you were born like that. You were born listening to Lady Gaga. Your mom used to put the Lady Gaga CD on her stomach. You were born that way. I know. It's cool. It's cool. Everyone didn't fall for the propaganda. Thank God. Shout to Mr. Now out of Italy. Yeah, shit's getting weird out there. And I stacked up all the goddamn... Well, we had the Schumann loops, the Fruity loops. Someone just gave me another confirmation to keep going forward on music, which was interesting. Those are always random. Someone asked me about music. And then told me to keep going forward, and whatever that means. Forward with music, there we go. Hey. That's deep. I only have this channel because I went forward with music. Part 3. Yep. I told him, I said, you know what's so crazy about this story? I have been doing this for a good part of the last 10 years. Actually, a lot more than that. But definitely the last 10 have been nothing but that, which is unique. And they're like, oh. And I could have sworn I told people this. Or I could have sworn that's what people understood when they added me on social media or talked to me in real life. Like, what people think I was talking about? Oh, no. I've been making music for years. My YouTube channel is about making music. And everything else that people are weird about. They always forget that music part, though. Like, yep, that was part of my assignment. Yep. 3 a.m. is just what I am. But it's because I make music, man. Yeah. The thought space is where everything happens anyway. Even the music. Yep. You can almost tell where your society is based on the music, can't you? You actually live long enough. Like society pipes down, music pipes down. Music pipes up. Your society seems to be so much larger than life, even in hindsight. Yep. We're missing music. People are talking to me in real life about damn music. Such a weird fucking story. When I was doing that shit every day religiously, nobody talking about music. Or everyone listening to the raw music. I don't know what was going on in the past pandemic years of music, but now it's like when I'm not doing it every day, I get the damn message. Hey, man. Sure, something. Hey, man. Something. Hey, man. Oh, man. You make beats? Hey, man. I'll call you. Hey, man. That's weird. That's weird. That's a weird fucking story, man. Weird fucking story. So, yeah. I gotta figure that shit out. I gotta figure out what that means now. Again. I gotta figure out what that means in 2026. What the hell does that even mean? Keep going with music. Where, guys? Where are we taking the music next year? Fuck. Where is music? Take music where? What are these people talking about? Anybody in the chat, let me know. W's in the chat. You know what's going on with music? How does one take music further in this era? You let me know if you've been taking it further. I've been kind of signed out of that instant messenger. Is there a place to take music with how corny and mid everything is these days? Is there a place to go? Is there a safe place for music? Y'all let me know in the chat, man. Shout out Root. Peace to everybody. So, yep, music is in the air. Lazarus, yo, what's good, brothers? Entomologist. Nebuchadnezzar from the Matrix. I was watching a video of concepts from the Plato allegory to cave. Interesting stuff. Nebuchadnezzar's in the Bible. Remember, the Matrix is referencing Zion or Israel. Neo, the one, he's a Israelite. It's Sophia Stewart's Gnostic wisdom. But I can see the allegory to Plato's cave, considering who those people are. Same story. My mom orders some speaker to move the vinyl player downstairs. Music in the air. All right, TFE, Suits, everybody, Rakim, everybody. Yeah, so music's in the air. I was just talking about key gens yesterday. It's in the air, ass hackers. Salt Typhoon, so. Air is in the air because music's in the air. Cool fucking story. Cool fucking story. I want to know what to do with music right now. The way shit going outside. I don't even know what to do a tutorial on. You start doing like, today I'm gonna be breaking down in Machine No No. Today's latest hit that was released last Friday. It'll just be like a silent stream for like 10 minutes. And I like opened up the program and I saved the project and then I closed it. Alright, until next time, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the link in the description. Shout out to Composure Slim. Whoa! Oh shit. Haru says lots of people on TikTok trying to bring some of that energy back. Okay. Shout out to Arab Music. I saw him on Instagram. Trying to figure out why is his leg so close to the ground. Mr. Now says, haven't heard of an alternative place for it just yet. More people spamming the word social media very vaguely. What does that mean? The 2000s, late 2000s, 2010 type of stuff? Eamon Ross says, damn, I am late. You're not that late. Harut says, wait, what is that, Harut? Because I remember you in Denmark, so that might have been, closer you get to 2000, the less internet we got. So what were y'all talking about back then? What was the 2000s, late 2000s? Back then, music-wise. I know y'all ain't talking about little scrappy type beats. Y'all make me mad, Jeezy. I know y'all ain't talking about Gucci Mane, Jeezy, and T.I. beats. I know that ain't what y'all talking about. I know y'all ain't bringing the organs back with the DJ Drummer Boy and DJ Toomp drums. I know that ain't what we talking about. Y'all use the TR-808 kits for real. We going back to the Lex Luger beta kit, aren't we? Where's Camo at when you need him? Oh, I already got a Camo kit. I'm ready. But I'm not making that music. I don't even know how to mix that type of music. I could figure it out. I can figure it out. Need a lot of damn SSL EQs, that's all. Just cut shit out. Just all those sounds, just cut. Like fucking Jeezy put on, I put on for my city. Listen to that damn instrumental. You know how many damn sounds? Orchestra, drum major be damned. Shout out to Drummer Boy, Part 5. They be forgetting. Drummer Boy made that one. That shit different. Yep. Like 13 lead melodies. You hear the bells, the synth, the runner sound at the bottom. Come on now. That's the year you talking about, right? You talking about those type. You talking about the beats I always make. You talking about the shit that I like to make anyway. Shit, I got a song called Running Up My Mind like that. Thinking about it. I got a song called Running Up My Mind that goes just like that. If that's the era we talking about, I got you. I got you. I got preload, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do the law of attraction manifestation, get all the shit I need, and I'll be here. long as you got a purpose, it comes to you. I noticed that. You be trying to attract things to you, make sure it leads somewhere else, because it does. Changes your life, actually. Changes your course when you do that goofy shit. Cool. We even put a fucking rock and roll tom roll in it. Like, this is really stunting for no reason. No, we had our own thing going on until 2013 out here, where it shifted to more of a trap type of sound. Makes sense. Next generation. Lex Luger and friends. That was like first generation for everyone since. He's like third generation, fourth generation from us. He's after Johnny Juliano, right? Yeah. They're like third generation. There's Nas 550 in them. Then me and Kane and everybody. Then Johnny and all of them. And then Lex Luger from them. Same thing with Young Chop. It's based on them. So yeah, they're fourth generation. That's interesting. We've been kind of like swimming in that era ever since. And the white boys and the foreigners came around. I guess that's fifth generation. All your Nick Mirrors and Palaces. And everyone that Busy Works beats just, man, if we could take something back. But yeah, anyway, and all of those people, the YouTube version of things starting over again, no lo-fi. So yeah. So we going back to first and second generation ass era music. Well, that's me right there. That's me all day. I'll take you back. I'll take you back 2005 to 10. Easy money. Yup. The end of 2010 was what? Nexus. Y'all trying to bring Akon back. He already got a problem with goddamn Africa. Y'all trying to bring Akon back. Like his hairline. Hate to see it. That's when music in America got bad. To me, that is. That little transition right there. Then they gave you Drake. They tried to smooth it out. That killed mixtapes. That killed the concept of mixtapes. I don't know how the fuck Apple and Drake fucked up mixtapes, but they did. We need to study that. That moment killed mixtapes. Made it corny. I think Chance the Rapper even doubled down on that. Made it very corny. Hierarchy-wise. Like, if they can just drop mixtapes and have a corporate sponsor, dude, like, we're not even playing the same game no more. Them signed yourself ass people. What the fuck y'all make them famous for? What the fuck? That's gonna help everybody else climb it up this damn Ponzi scheme. Took the Ponzi scheme away. Took all the intermediary hustles away too. DJs, hosts, rappers, beat makers online. Like most of that shit and the leases was for mixtapes. I think a lot of people forgot that. Why so many people would have bought beats back then? Just because they're putting out mixtapes that were not albums. Thus, it's like, but then they would go outside though. That's what's different too. I forgot. The new generation done killed going outside. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to download all the instrumentals. You're supposed to put out these whack-ass raps. And people are supposed to tell you get your own fucking instrumentals. And you're supposed to go on fucking SoundClick and somewhere similar. You find fucking Showdown and Soul Eternity and eventually me. And then you put out a fucking mixtape again. This time you have a website if you know some white friends. And if you don't, you're outside at the gas station or at the club again. And you're selling physical copies. CD Baby is for physical copies. It was not for no goddamn putting it on iTunes. I'm telling you, I was outside. I was outside before CD Baby had a website. That's how old I am in real life. So, no, he's supposed to go outside. He's supposed to sell 100 copies to 1,000 copies. No problem. Ludacris said he sold 100,000, but he was in Atlanta where the players play. It might have been easier at the strip clubs. But for everybody else, 1,000, 10,000 at the end of the summer, something like that. So they make all that money whenever they decide to put out a mixtape. That if you go on MySpace, you see the same thing. Those are the rappers that had MySpaces. You see their mixtape cover. Oh, they buy beats. Duh. So much easier to see. Now everybody got a link tree, and everyone's an artist. Everyone's on iTunes. It's just like everybody. Like, what in the rhythm is a dancer going on out here? That is not everybody. Those are mixtapes. Those are not albums. So you better stop calling this shit a goddamn EP like you got a longer one that you're about to drop 3 months later. Cut it the fuck out. So yeah, we cooked. We cooked the model of music actually somehow. Not us, but the people that moved in. When they gentrified online music, that's when it got weird. They started applying other markets and business stratas to it, paywalls and shit. Got really fucking weird real quick, man. It always does. And then when it's juiced like it is right now, all those companies and all that hype and all those fucking influencers, they're nowhere to be found. Just like I fucking said on Spicy Sundays. Just like I fucking said. Just like I fucking said. Bar for bar is what I was talking about. This bullshit we in right now. So they don't understand culture or influence, apparently. They think throwing some plays behind something or getting a corporate sponsored content creator is going to help music and art and culture. Nah, fam. Once you start juicing numbers like that, you in a whole different game. You selling cars now. They didn't leave it organic. That's what always happens, though. It's very curious that is the effect. It's never doper. It's never more lucrative. It's inorganic, and it drains the swamp itself, and then it leaves, and then you're just like, what the fuck? Then you got Library of Alexandria, that shit. You got to rebuild it after they try to burn it the first time. You got to do it again. Like, shit. Where does this brick go? This shit like Legos for real. I'm telling you, the internet is a weird place when it gets gentrified with money, man. Money done fucked the game up. How ironic is that? Because it put all the money online and took it out the streets. So therefore that, you couldn't even do it no more. It's, what the problem is, it literally ruins everything. You can't turn around. I know there's a lot of old heads out there that be trying to go do it the other way. Waste of fucking time. Ask Cardi B. She more famous than all them niggas. And she can't sell a fucking physical copy outside in Queens. Now imagine. Imagine. 2025 now. Imagine. Atlantic Records artist? Shit. You ain't got a chance in the 80s. Ain't that damn delusional. Even Spotify been weird lately. They're having an attention crisis. How the fuck? I thought AI and fake band accounts and everything was going to be the future. They'll be able to juice the numbers forever. Yeah, you forget you're juicing the numbers of people's attention, though. You're not juicing the numbers for a profit. You're juicing the numbers because you want to lure more real people to listen to the shit. To actually be fans and like the music and, real famous. Not monthly listener famous. Like, these motherfuckers are goofy, boy. They put a fucking fuel pump on anything art and culture and just max out the corny real quick and then be fucking confused. Like, this is the first time they heard that this stupid ass practice ruined something. Like, this is the first time music has been ruined or something. By the same shit, though. Outside investments. Strange business models. Boards of directors and people you never see pictures of. And then you're just looking at the artists and the fans. It's the fans' fault. No, it's the fuck are you talking about? The fans of what? What are we talking about? What would they be fans of else? They never do else. But people be like, if it was else, they never have done else. So what the fuck is going on? They have never done else. Artist or platform. Y'all have never done else. I've been alive this whole time. Y'all are cap. I've never heard of it. I heard of everybody. Cut it out. They just be saying shit. And that's the problem. We're in a saying shit ass economy now. Where the only content left is people saying shit. I noticed. I noticed. Streaming everything. niggas just saying shit. I get it, man. We still social creatures. I fucking get it, man. I still fucking get it. They killed being an MC. You got it now. Amen Ra in the building. Squad. Kendrick Lamar, Art of Pressure. Hold on. Akon got arrested. Yeah, I heard about that. It's a matter of time. You know how this criminal thing goes. TVFE 13.3. Kendrick Lamar, Art of the Peer Pressure is what the sound was mostly in Denmark. The producers are from Denmark on that particular track. Okay. Everybody is a creator. I hate those emojis. They talk Foley all the time. Do it yourself, but get a team. But don't need a team, but need connections. Just to be you, be smart with everybody. They just say it is and start doing it. You call them crypto musicians? Yo, where did this kid come from? Where did he get this shit from? Crypto musicians. DJ Georgie Porgy, peace to the tribe in the Gaza. We out here. Heard some business lingo and maximized and tokenized. Peace to Porgy. Look like the game is going through alcohol syndrome. But damn, that's how your mother look. Why don't you just say I look like your mother? She's just a little bit fatter than me. Was she like 310 these days? They talk about genres and simps like NFTs and coins. They use the same vocabulary. They talk about that help me Devon lingo. Yeah, there's some school kids, some art institute types. We gotta take a minor in business. That's what that shit is. They took a minor in fucking Dreamweaver or some shit. They didn't have Dr. Dre visit their campus. They had like some dude that was in the .com bubble visit them. I know what you're talking about. They all talk like that. That's that university thing. Even the brother, the letter E, like when I was in the Chicago Institute, and he had me like, I don't know what the fuck that was, career day ass person me. I think I did 3 of those. That's crazy. It was just a couple years ago. I was teaching a goddamn university squad in Chicago. No wonder. Loop on Noble Draw Lee, that's a loop. So their language model, the way he talks to them is very similar. They used to do the Icelander beat battles and stuff, so he come from outside. He just did it on a, you know, I don't know what that's called for them. I didn't pick up that language model. To me, it comes across kind of like, they call it professional, but it comes across fake. Because, you know, I could read people, like, they ain't your real energy. So I take offense to it, usually. But it's a way of being for them. It's what they think professionalism is. That fake nice, fake happy, fake positive language model, no matter what. Everything's like exciting. Someone's about to win. Like it's always. I mean, it could be good because it hypes you up. It can hype you up if you're not taking it serious. That's what it is. It's an unserious language model for me. I take this shit very serious. So when I see people tokenize or do that thing right there to it, that corporate collegiate shuffle, that NAM speak, I don't like that shit. Why are we talking like that? The people who do the tech are a bunch of fucking nerds and geeks. And then the people who do the culture and the reason why people do the shit don't know what's going on with the tech, but they know enough of the language model to make it work. That's all you got going on. Ain't no suits, ain't no degrees, none of that shit. No one give a fuck. Can you connect this to the ADAT or not? You can get coffee, you can connect ADATs. That's it. That's it. You know how to use a marker and some tape? Oh, you can work on it on the board. That's it. You don't call them to fix the damn board when something's shorted, though. You smell fire, you call somebody else. Yeah. He don't stay there all day. He go right back home. You don't need to talk like them either. We talk about rap, R&B, pop music, and they talk like that. Shut the front on Bobby Shmurda if we don't shut the front door on these people. That's how I was thinking. Like, the fuck are you talking about? Y'all listen to Mobb Deep. Cut it out. Wu-Tang? Cut it out. You bomb atomically, shut up. Listen to them talk to each other on the damn plane. Ain't nobody doing no Socrates philosophies, smoking woolers and all that. No, cut it the fuck out. 2 things can be true. Yeah, that fucking HBCU ass version of life painting music in the streets is very interesting. That's very Twitter. That's a very recent phenomenon. Art institutes and Twitter HBCU types. Nothing wrong with it. That's how y'all got J. Cole and Shea Butter Baby. That's how you get those. That's how you get Solange playlists. Those types. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Ain't nothing wrong with them. Ain't nothing wrong. I'm just saying it's different. It's just different. It's very unserious to me. That's all. That's it. Max Lenny Kravitz is just very unserious. It's the college. It's college. That's what that is. That's college. That's college. There's no college for hip hop though. It's the school of the hard knocks. That's it. Get it how you live. You cannot turn get it how you live into a curriculum. That's not how none of this shit works. Cannot tokenize survival mode. That's kind of evil to even try to pull that shit off when you think about it. But they don't think about it that way. That's how they get out of it. They ignore that that's what that is. They ignore that about music. Music don't respect the man either, apparently. If music calls you, you better, and you answer? Shit. If music calling your goofy ass answer music, that's shit for the rest of your life. There ain't no college for that. Yeah, I promise you, I've been doing this shit, 25 years now? At least. I mean, with exposure to it my whole life, but 25 in my own hands, took it into my own hands, man. I'm telling you, the longer you've made music, you see how it shapes your whole life differently than most people. Just doing it. Because that's what your free time is. I have no concept of fucking free time in my life in that way. It was always music related. My free time was music. The fuck? Even downloading sounds and being on the forums. It's all about the same shit. It's never about nothing else. It's never third party shit. There's always something to do with music, musicians, producers, beats, sounds, keyboards, trolling about all of those things, finding out answers, grilling Ken Lewis and everybody else who want to play stupid on the internet, as we've seen, college talk. And then, and then did that shit on video one more time for the one time. I've only been focused, centered, that's all I've done actually. That's all I know how to do. That spiritual day-to-day stuff is the other time I have left. Music or 3 a.m. Ain't nothing else going on, Chief. So I take it very serious. I took it very serious for a very long time, too. Yeah, that shit ain't supposed to run out. But the fact that it seems like it stopped, that is very weird. And no one prepares for that sort. Our music ain't even on the charts. Imagine that. Everything that's on YouTube about music production is because of that music that was on the charts. And this is the first year it's not on the charts. And I don't feel like people really understand that. I don't think they understand all those dimensions what that represents. They decentralized or de-mainstreamized urban music. For no reason. It's not like the other music is more entertaining or more catchy or, make more money at all. It was just a decision made not to invest in urban music. While ruining urban music by all the ruined acts that they signed to ruin it, by the way. Same minds, by the way, same paychecks. They signed the thing that made the problem, allegedly. But now, like I've been saying, I be feeling like that shit been on purpose. I be feeling like we doing sociopaths and 48 laws of power for real up there. So if you gotta use 48 laws of power for real to get up there, then we ain't talking about, regular people, boy. They collapsed that shit on purpose. They signed Sexy Red on purpose, bro. Not because she was the most famous hoe. They be doing that shit on purpose. So you gotta compete against that too. But that's new to us, because hip hop's pretty new. To be targeted, right? New. So it's the same pattern again. Jesus Christ. Can Israel have anything? You mind if we do it by ourselves next time? Hey, how about that? Damn it. Gotta treat that shit like lithium batteries. Yup. Learned the same lesson in the same life about the same thing all over again. And this time it was entertainment. Lord have mercy. Only thing they got left now is your thoughts. They try to tokenize thoughts, bro. They counting calories, carbon, and thoughts, boy. You gotta stop them eventually. We need Captain Planet over. Eventually. What else is there to take? Saying a reverb is an investment and it'd be a shitty reverb. That's a crazy story. Everything's an investment. Yeah. Crypto musicians. Shout out to King Noel. Brought up the corporate to the studio because Zoom is an option. The neo-signisms. The neon signisms. Talking about the space and the topic is a type of drum kit. Trying to plaque max to show somebody else they on top of their mindset in business, in career, in future investments, and vision. All that to sell knives door to door, bro. I'm tired. I'm tired, boy. I'm tired. Yeah, yo, follow me on TikTok. All that for TikTok. That's crazy. TBFB13. Yep, it feels like being on FaceTime even when you speak to them in real life. That's crazy because, yes, I've had better conversations with people on FaceTime than real life. I never thought about that the other way. Sizzle 563. Beavers who forgot to take out the dam during the winter. It's just an extremely niche with none of the cool parts of something that was niche. I have a feeling they went around to a few people who are still good and threatened them, so they would stop. And like what they do now is the same level. And none of them are at the top after all that talk. Not one. Just a fucking waste of time. Now they're selling survival prepper kits. That's what I was warning about in 2018, 19, 20, 21. I was like, I smelled this story in other books. I know what's going on here, guys. Better wake the fuck up. But no, everybody else said something different. They saw opportunity. It's like, I see opportunity in you making your beats better. How about we work on that? They always working about a scheme, a business plan, or a data trend and never really get better at playing their damn music. Like, I was getting irritated with these people. Working on everything else but the craft. And I was like, people don't even notice that. But how could they? No frame of reference. I was like, no, you'll notice it. And they never play their own music. It's the #1 telltale sign right there. They never play their own music. They never just pop out like, yo, I made some music. Now it's just how to do a thing, how to do a thing again, how to do a thing a 13th way with the new thing and do it again. You could do that now. But where's your music? Why are you doing all these things? Why are you the person showing people? Why are you doing all these things? Are you going to do music? You got the money, you got the followers. Well, they be having like 100,000, 500,000, 1 million. You know, some people got 1 million subscribers. And they ain't put out no damn music. Ain't that weird? Even if you did laws of tens on that shit, you should have like 1,000 to 10,000 fans. If you got 1 million subscribers. For music? Oh yeah, you have at least 1,000 out of 1 million people that came across you. If 1,000 people liked you enough to see how you do music, then I can deduce. Listen. You don't get all 1 million people to give a fuck. That never happens. But you won't get 1,000. You will get 1,000 to 10,000 at 1 million. I promise you. And that's all you gotta do for the rest of your life, is make music for them. Game over, I thought. Nope. They ain't even got that. That's the scariest thing about all this shit. That business model right there, that shit is scary. You can get a whole bunch of numbers and things that mean something, and none of that got shit to do with your music. Oh Lord, I can fuck that. Fuck that. I actually want to be good at music, bro. Fuck all the other shit they be on. I couldn't do that shit if I wanted to. I was too far gone when I started YouTube. Hey, this shit ain't new to me. I know what's going on already. I know all the people it's going on to. They trying to create a new way out of no way. And they haven't done it. Arguing with my ass for what, 7 years, 8 years? Arguing with me like I wouldn't fucking know what's going on King James English. Like I wouldn't know what the fuck about to happen next on Dragon Ball Z. Like me of all people, like I wouldn't fucking know. Shout out to them brothers though, man. Made it interesting. It was a very interesting decade. Or middle decade, whatever the fuck this is. This feels more like a decade than the decade we're in, actually. That pandemic shit fucked up time. It fucked up perception. It interrupted everything, actually. The pandemic's actually what ended everything, I think. I could tell. I could tell. I could tell. There was a grace period, like to 2023. But everyone was shooken up already. You could tell it was a content creator. So that only give us 2024. Where for me it was like, I could see the new content form was the relationship stuff, the red pill stuff. That dominated space. In so many different dimensions and age groups too. Even the Pop the Balloon shows and all that post Kevin Samuel stuff. That was like what was on the mainstream zeitgeist. Because there was a growing problem under all that, right? Survivability, pairing, mating, because the pandemic caused so many people to break up. You had an influx of single people. And you also have an influx of guys who haven't been single in a long time, trying to get back into whether it was music or something like that, right? To kill time or to do something different. So that was the last couple of years, you notice, where most people showed up, popped up, especially those who are older. That's their relationships. But that's the silent thing behind this whole era, or the second side of this decade, I call it, 2015 till now. This other last tail in 5 years, man, you have so many people across the spectrum, from viewers to randoms, like the internet used to be, to the creators themselves that are there every week at least. And all of humanity shifted like dominoes, like the wave in a stadium. Different relationships, different moves. Some had children, like changed the whole landscape. It's a whole different game at that point. Like that's documented on YouTube, right? That shift. That's crazy. You really think about it. Way more change than a little bit. Way more change than a little bit. I can tell you that, man. I lived into some other 10-year gaps before. This is one of a kind. I'll tell you that, man. We take the cake, boy. I promise you. These last 5 years, man. What a time to be alive, part 5. Your ancestors could never, I promise you. That many changes in technology too? Nah, we got cooked. Pandemonium. The demon, Pan. Brother Panic, same story. How he gonna die? How is Pandemonium gonna die during the pandemonium? That's how I knew we were cooked. They talking about Brother Panic died. Man, shut the front door. How the fuck Brother Panic gonna die? I wanted that shit to be staged so bad. Cause he goofy like that. But if he really died, man, wow. and the era he's named after. Don't miss it. Don't miss that. We're talking about speaking shit into existence. He definitely was in the midst of that existence. The essence he promoted was the essence in which he left. That is very, very poetic somewhere. Hopefully someone writes that story. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, they cooked us, boy. They don't take away music and Brother Panic and all the related branches thereof. Nah. Someone's sleeping right now. Because I remember when I started, all that shit was outside at the same time on the internet, going live. I remember. They've been doing podcasts for a very long time. All of a sudden, these people just don't exist. They don't exist. They don't exist. There's a few of them. Few people like that just simply don't exist. All in this decade, boy. The fuck going on outside? Now I count it up. If you're a millennial, you know what I'm talking about. 9/11 won't even tough compared to this. 9/11 won't even tough for real. Unless you're a conspiracy theorist like I was, then it'd been like ruined the rest of your fucking life forever. But you know, because people are weird and you know the truth. But anyway, now this era a little bit more heavy-handed. I Nipsey, Kobe, Kevin Samuels, Brother Panic. Hold on. Call the operator real quick. All the athletes, all the former entertainers you grew up on, all the TV shows. They took MTV, bro. These people have no couth or decorum. They took MTV away. Like, really, I'm talking about the symbology. Symbology is so important because this is a quantum universe, allegedly, right? So it's connected. Law of correspondence. It's not random when it's that big, when it's that much energy and attention on it. It's bigger than this, larger than life. And they said, oh, we're going to unplug that. What? What? Did y'all even try? That's what happens when you gentrify everything. With those very weird business models, people who always have investments and ways of taking over things that never get better. I haven't witnessed that shit in 40 years. On Blockbuster, I have it. On Radio Shack, I have it. On Circuit City, I have it. It's the same story every fucking time. You just love something too much in this goddamn society, and it'll be gone. And it'll always be the same people taking it away from you. I want you to stay woke out here. I don't know how woke people are no more, but if you woke, be woke. All your favorite shit is always consumed by the same fucking people. It's never enhanced. It's never abundant. It's like the beginning of the end, my friends. Every fucking time. KB toy stores, what happened? The GameStop happened. They start playing people, giving them $5 and 2 quarters for like legendary games. Like, they start getting greedy. Then people went digital. It's like, well, go fuck yourself. I'll just put this on my V-Bucks card, bitch. Then you start playing games, don't even gotta buy no more. Niggas playing Apex Legends for free, for real. Stop fucking playing outside. They just took that whole way of life away, just like that. Standing outside for Call of Duty. I did that shit for what? Modern Warfare 3? They used to do those little tournaments and shit. I didn't win. I was like, this nigga hacking. This nigga hacking, boy. He was. He played the game already. He had the beta 24 hours before us. Fucking nerd. PlayStation 3 era. But yeah. I can tell you, man. This shit changed hard. This shit changed fast on us. Ain't because we old either. It's just 5, 10 years. Ain't old enough to be old enough. You ain't supposed to see those turnarounds until we in our late 60s for real, bro. We ain't supposed to see these type of turnarounds until we in our late 60s. I mean, your grandparents still heard the James Brown break and the goddamn hip hop songs. They still knew who James Brown was 30 years later now. that's James Brown. Oh, that's a remix. Oh, I know what that is. Your parents used to be able to do that shit. We the only ones that can do that shit. Stay woke. Stay the fuck woke. We're them. We ain't that old. That's what the fucking problem is. That's the problem right there. That's a fucking problem right there, boy. Got a goddamn internet. I'm supposed to be a father somewhere, niggas. First time in human history, we get video log live documentaries of the fatherless in such a post-capitalistic society of occupation and foreigners. What the fuck going on outside, boy? We racking it up. 9/11 ain't got shit on what's really going on, boy. I told people something was wrong with these people. They're fucking weird. I had no Tella and Bear share. I downloaded the videos myself. I seen them with my own 2 eyes. Nah, these motherfuckers are weird, boy. You got the fucking Comet Ping Pong and all that whole era came out, and the hot dogs, and I'm telling people, Facebook didn't want you to tell nobody, and nobody on Facebook understood what you're talking about. Like, oh, that's just some crazy science. You know what's crazy about the craziest of crazy scientists? And I might be a crazy scientist. I'm Muhammad, I'm telling you something. But it's crazy that I've been talking about the crazy things since 9/11, and I never stopped. But just a moment of repass, because I just want to recall the time when I said what I said about the same shit everybody's talking about today. Man, millennials, boy, we got a chance to live through some shit, boy. They ain't even gonna give us no redemption story arc though. We should have been redeemed. We were cuspers, man. Old world to new world, boy. I told them some freaky frogs running everything. Nah, man, that's that. Like, yo, these people, something weird with these people, boy. I'm telling you, World War II don't add up for real. I know I do numbers. They keep making me take algebra. Anti-Semitic. Oh, okay. We got a catch-all phrase for everything that makes us think. All right. Oh, what about this and this and this and this and all the UAPs? There's zero chance. NASA they wouldn't hide something like that from me. They wouldn't hide nothing from people. That's fucking crazy. The word secret intelligence, classified, rank, and clearance doesn't mean anything to these people. Hate to fucking see it. But there's some declassified documents in the intelligence agencies going on official press releases talking about the freaky frog things that I've been telling niggas about for at least 20 years. 20. We've been waiting for this for at least 20 years. Waiting for it. We're waiting. We already knew. That's a very millennial thing. We were the first ones to wake up out the Matrix. I don't even know if we were really in it. Matrix, what? Matrix come out in 99, right? I was in middle school, so you imagine. 9/11 right after it. We already got cable, high-speed internet, boy. First class, first in the class, boy. I was the first one, boy. You know I was on it. You know that I was from web TV into that. You know I was on it. Fuck it. Couldn't tell me nothing. I read everything, went down every fucking rabbit hole. I had nothing else to do. I was downloading sounds and shit. Multitask, nigga. It was way before Google Chrome. I'd have 3 or 4 Netscapes open. Yep, Netscape. I'm older than Netscape. A lot of people never use Netscape. Ain't that a bitch? So imagine. Nah, we've been waiting for a long time for shit like this to happen. 2025 is that year, man. Shout out to you if you made it. If you know what I'm talking about. From everything spiritual to the Bible, all of it. Every last single conspiracy theory. Every last single thing we ever talked about has come true. Now one gotta go, what the fuck is that about? Why was I on the inside team of this shit? Boy, I can't tell you. I cannot fucking tell you. Why life, what do they call it? Oh, universe. Why the divine wasted its time and putting me on the who's who of knowing what's up with the what's up for since I was a teenager? That's fucking weird. To be aware so much longer. Now this shit new to people. That's weird. I don't even know where to begin with society, if that's the case. We not waking up from St. Matrix then. Our civilization is finally at high school stuff. Wow. They're 20 years behind. They're 20 years behind. That's crazy, dog. I don't think y'all know how crazy that is. I'm saying like nothing has changed in 20 years. Everything that was true then, the society just wasn't trying to hear it. People, didn't have time for it or whatever it was. It just seemed negative or cognitive dissonance. Whatever the fucking case was. I'm patient zero on this bitch. I couldn't talk about nothing else. Especially if I made it make sense. I'm like, hold up. And then that boom, zoom, 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 zoom. Here we go. Like, what the fuck happened? Well, I'll start telling you this, man. I was trying to tell y'all what's happening 20 years ago. I was like, I don't know why it's happening. But these motherfuckers got a pattern. You can call me pattern recognition. Shit. Only been paying attention to these niggas for 20 years. Just as long as I've been making music for real, so. A very millennial experience right there, boy. QAnon be damned. We talking about Cliff High and Alter reports, man. And me, mgthefuture. Man, thank God I was a millennial this time. Yeah, we ground zero for real, y'all. I hope y'all know that. That has never happened in human history. Never. Nothing like this moment, ever. I promise. Anything I reference, at least. It is not likely, I should say. Very unlikely that we'll be hit with so many paradigm shifts in a lifetime. To face so many illusions or to overcome so many illusions at once. Like, and then the promises and the dreams part of it, or the society not being able to keep up with itself. All those things, corruption, all of it. Like, you're going through all of this shit. Back to fucking back to fucking back to fucking back, bro. Ain't nothing quite like this. Ain't nothing quite like this. Especially if you've been aware of this shit. I ain't talking about everybody that's surviving it. No, you do that by default. Especially, ignorance is bliss. No. I'm talking about the people who have been aware since they were kids. This shit was sus the whole fucking time, bitch. The fuck? Those videos are sus. That CGI is sus, boy. The motherfuckers live for real. I seen Corey Good go from Ancient Aliens to the courtroom with Cliff High and lose and fucking watch his ass crash out. Niggas sending me some fucking Ancient Alien videos. Like, nigga, I know the behind the scenes niggas of those niggas. And that nigga cap on all of us. And be right, bro. And be right. I argue about this shit, boy. I had to learn how to argue about it. I had to learn how to argue about being right first. It's very dickheadish. It's an asshole-ish position to be in. But you just gotta stand on business anyway. Which by itself doesn't make sense. Why stand on business about one goofy thing that everyone else is just gonna, damn near insult you for? Because it's always insulting. Knowing the truth before everyone else, right? I've noticed it. 20 plus years on the internet is internet people, you know, their true selves. They'll insult you about knowing something or petitioning a fact, variable, pattern. In itself being solid, but because it does not add up to a consensus model of whatever the fuck they think reality is based on their indoctrination, they wig the fuck out. People cannot handle that. I've witnessed it 20 years in a row. People can't handle being wrong. Like you just seen accountability in relationships. Like some people can't admit they were wrong about something they said or did, right? Even though it's clearly wrong, even to themselves. Like that's more of a childish type of thing. But I'm talking about everything on a different level that's not romantic or close. Like it's even worse. People gaslight the fuck out of you, boy. Especially on the internet. Because you can't punch them in their fucking face. That's the only reason, I promise you. You don't experience that in real life because you can punch them in the fucking face. As a person who's punched people in their fucking face over shit like that, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's a different reality for me. But yeah, I learned how to communicate because of that. Because you couldn't punch them in the face. Yeah, I learned how to punch them with words. It's a very millennial experience. I don't think anyone in human history gets that kind of conditioning for real. For real. For real, we're there. We're day one. We're there. We're on the beta team. We saw this social media thing happen in the language model. For real. You can recognize how stupid a person is just by the damn headline title of their damn video because you've been on the internet so damn long. You know what stupid sound like in text. That's crazy. You know what ghetto sound like in text. That's crazy. I can't be the only one. Ain't no democracy on the internet, buddy. It's like living two lives at once. Oh yes, it is. That shit's like living two lives at once. And they try and crack down on both of them, boy. That's how you know we dealing with a habitual line stepper. They try to encroach on both of our lives, boy. Now the internet was supposed to be free. Fuck what they talking about. I was outside. I remember the promise. The internet was free, bro. It was never, ever supposed to be terms and conditions and political and interventions and government oversight. That was never what that was. That was never what that was. Banking is not an excuse either for it to become that. They didn't create their own damn network for that. We ain't fucking stupid. They created their own fucking network for that. Anyway. So no. They tried us on the internet too. Just like Mr. Now said earlier, where those people, those influencers for the music things, where are they now? And all that fake energy is gone. All that attention is gone. It's the same thing with the people on the internet arguing with us about anything righteous, actually. They're all gone too. Yep. Especially those people who are like against people trying to prepare people for mRNA. And they were doing the most. It was always ugly, always nasty too. And it's like, dude, if you're saving lives, why are you so hostile? And they fucked around and died of damn COVID. Can you imagine? Can you fucking imagine the madness? To witness that as a millennial. Like I witnessed it because I had a YouTube channel talking about the opposite of what they were talking about. And their ass is dead right now. That's a very interesting thing to survive culturally. You didn't hear me. Run this shit back. Yeah. Us internet children have a very interesting life. Especially if we make content. Jesus Christ. The whole world, Craig. Something like it. If I make videos about elderberry and fucking chaga, and I'm like, I don't trust Big Pharma. or their doctors on my mama and my grandmama. And on top of that, what the fuck mRNA? I almost failed chemistry over this lesson. Hold up. Ribonucleic acids. You want to modify that? No, thank you. No, thank you. Final answer. No fucking thank you. Final answer. On Bill Gates, that's a no. On Steve Jobs, that's a no. No, thank you. Final answer. And then I'd have to stand on that. And all kind of people, authorities, degrees, everybody in between us. Blah, 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 blah. There's a conspiracy. It's not going to happen. You gotta go to school to educate. You gotta stay on the internet. They didn't even want you to research it for yourself. Do you remember? I remember. I got the bookmarks. You know what I'm saying? Very few of us have experienced this story. Where you stood up against some shit and the motherfuckers start going for you, coming for you. Nah, everybody ain't go through that. Nah, Julius Caesar be damn, boy. They got me fucked up. Nah, I stood on business the whole fucking time. For real. I stood on business and people said they saved lives. W. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Yeah. I could have been a sucker though. Worried about my viewers and the ratings on my channel and being shadow banned. Maybe I would make some more money. But instead, I risked all of that. And Busy Works Beast said I saved his mother's life. Priceless. That's a very millennial internet experience. You can be on the internet and help save people's lives if you wanted to. Only if you wanted to. You don't have to. No one asked you to. But if you wanted to save lives, you can definitely use the internet. Yeah, that's a very unique internet. Yep. Couldn't have done it without it. That's a weird story. Healing on the internet. Healing on the internet. Lord have mercy. I was just trying to learn how to use Fruit Loops better. You feel me? That's how life has been. It's a very weird game. You started making music. You started making music and taking that fucking seriously. You take music fucking seriously. And then it leads you everywhere fucking else. My life is the side effect of music though. That's the illest shit about it. Everything else was just a side effect. But that became the main story. I hate it here. Fucking hate it here, bro. Not a day closer to Scott Storch, man. Not a damn day closer. But you know what? I am instead, though. A whole bunch of other shit happened. Damn. They really tried us. They tried us, of all people. We've been paying attention the whole time. And now we know we're right. That just tells me everything else I know about them. Yep. I think the people may wake up soon. I think they might. We're on, I'll tell you this, we're on that track, I should say. We weren't on that track before. Glory be to God, part 5. Because boy, life was not going to no resolutions in my data center. I was like, all right, you want to pay bills one more time, right? Like life was just one bills at the time. We just keep on swimming. We're finding Nemo in this motherfucker. But 2025 was like, nah, now the sky is gonna fall. I think that changed the whole patina of everything. Like if you're very aware, and because of the internet, you're aware of more people and circumstances, and you're paying attention to life that way. The bigger picture, the meta of it, and then like something like now happens, whether that you attribute it to God or supernatural or just the way things are because Trump or something, right? No matter how you internalize this shift, I don't care how you landed there. If it shifted to you, you landed somewhere else. Boom. We even got to experience that. Knowing what's coming. That's scary. That's a weird story, dude. I ain't see that TV show yet. Netflix just need better writers, bro. The last 10 years have been a lot. I got some horror movie ideas too, my nigga. You just gotta tweak a few variables, man. I got it. I promise you I do. Promise you. I got some thrillers too, man. That's just in 5 years, man. We shifted through a lot. Just to be here. How things are now. Wow. I want someone to explain the linearity of that bullshit. How we go from there to now. If that was normal. If that was just progression. That's the nature of doing business with people within 5 fucking years. Nah, family. We ain't get no super new technology in between time either, so how did all that shift? All of it, man. On some Rubik's Cube, bro. They didn't just change one side of the disc, bro. They moved this, they scrambled that shit, boy. We only got a green side, dude. We had to fuck that up to fix the other side too. Like shit crazy out here, boy. They nerfed everything that was millennial. See how this moment doesn't really affect boomers. And you think it would. That's the scariest thing about this shit. We grew up with them, so you think they lived the same life we did, part 2. No, we were on the internet. They weren't on the internet like that. To have all these little mini stories that no one would ever fucking know outside, right? Like, yeah, I'm a community guideline strike captain. Because I kept telling motherfuckers about COVID and everything else in between us. Fuck these niggas. Real life. With everything to lose, actually. With everything to lose, actually. That's a different story. Dr. Umar could fucking never. He hasn't. He's raised more money than I've earned. It has nothing to show for it. Yep. It's a weird fucking story. Nobody's kid's even smarter. We don't even have a curriculum from this doctor. Could have had an ebook or something, buddy. That's just me wondering, man. He could have created a paywall the way he was paywalling niggas. Let's not be distracted by booty. Like, for real, civil rights comedian with a sidestep of booty. Gotta stay focused. And yup, I watch motherfuckers take that shit serious, bro. On World Star Hip Hop Swap. And they fucked around and had them in Hidden Colors. So y'all start talking to this, y'all take these people serious, bro. I watch my whole generation of people take this shit serious, man. My heart's broken. Like, we've been on the internet since Newgrounds and E-Bombs world. You can spot a joker, bro. These waffle fries ass internet kids. That's what that is. That's like 2nd generation, 3rd generation internet kids. They some life after waffle fries ass niggas. Yeah, they miss GeoCities, so they love Tumblr. That was their first experience uploading their ideas. I get it now. That's that other generation. Hate to see it. Tile Cruz ass kids. That's them kids. Them weird ass sneakers and the skinny jeans. Yeah. Nah, I don't want everybody, Captain. That was just them. That was them. Fucking skinny jeans. I'll never forgive y'all. Nah, I'm not gonna forgive nobody. The same people that raised the people teasing us, and we had a fight over frivolous infractions of masculinity in elementary and middle and high school. Now, mind you, this is children, so fresh out the generation. You gonna let these people come outside in skinny jeans, and then the girls are gonna listen to their music. As sweet as Neo is and seems, and he got 3 girlfriends. Listen, I ain't judging nobody by no covers. I'm just talking about based on where I come from. You let the skinny jeans and Neos of the world take over music, pop culture, clubbing, and Twitter personalities, and I'll never forgive you niggas. I'll never fucking forgive you. That was never supposed to be a New York thing. Nah, you weren't supposed to rebel against this. Pause. No homo. You were never supposed to rebel against that. That should have not been a regional fucking decision. So with the internet in between us, I am so fucking disappointed. Now their kids is talking about sus. I ain't got time for y'all niggas kids, boy. Y'all wore the skinny jeans, and now your kids are running the fucking muck on the internet, boy. I remember the internet before you and your kids. First of all, I'm old as shit. The internet was a different place before you and your kids. I'm very specific. I know who did this shit. You motherfuckers, boy. But no, when we were kids and we're printing out pictures of Vegeta playing Pokemon, no, you're way too serious for that. You're so mature. Now your goofy ass on TikTok. Fuck out my face. We ain't forget, man. The North remembers. They were too cool for the internet to do their homework. Back then, when we was kids, man. We ain't kids no more, Craig. Now they on TikTok. They on TikTok. They called us nerds and geeks for this shit, boy. Hold on now. Come on now, was you outside or not? Were you outside or not? They were calling us all kinds of wild, flagrant names for having a website or a web page with a little guest book and a counter on it. Like I was headed in the wrong direction where our society was going or something. Like we didn't see the fucking neon signs. The fuck going on? Now they online trying to stream video games on TikTok. Moment of silence. They spend more money on 2K than whatever that crazy shit they were talking about with the internet back in my day. I promise you, I was outside, boy. I was outside. I remember everything. I remember when AI meant Allen Iverson, too. That's how old I am. I remember it was just the other day. I was just in Charlotte. I got a picture, too, of this shit. I got a video of it, too, actually. Ain't gonna Mandela affect my experience. I'm always with the consensus. People be with the shits. I be with the consensus. I know what the consensus is now. I'll tell you something. This shit different right now. They on TikTok, bro. I'm trying to be constant. Yo, the devil is busy. The devil is busy, boy. Oh, man. Side hustles and gigs and shitty content, boy. Oh, my God. We could have nipped this shit in the bud on MySpace, boy. Nah, these people skip MySpace, too. I'll never forgive y'all for making these people famous, making them feel like they funny. They wasn't funny back then. Nah, they ain't funny now. They got to stand on business, boy. They said the internet was A, B, C, and D. They said they was so important, E, F, G. Like, I remember everything, boy. All that motion they had outside. We're outside it. Now they ass doing TikToks. Nah, that's what's wrong with the internet right now. Yeah, all these washed up outside people trying to be on TikTok famous. Nope. They're supposed to be in the club right now, looking shady. Ain't calling her baby. What's the sudden change? Now they got some TikTok. Nah, don't let them do it, man. Y'all let anybody in. That's crazy, boy. Y'all learn nothing from Anne Frank in this bitch. They just Anne Frank the internet, boy. That shit funny. That shit low key hilarious. If I was mad enough, I would definitely call 15 Minute City on that. Making edits and pictures. Harut says, "Oh my god, at the office. Everything is the office, part 95, right? The waffle fries suck. Come on, Amen Ra." Mr. Nass says, Dr. Umar was taken serious because he was a meme. Jonathan 3, he says, "Wish I was around for the 3 a.m.s for the lockdowns because I was rolling dolo with the theories and the day to life choices. This ain't that trying to help others times 13. Come on. Or somebody's numbers. It's been a wild fucking ride for me. I'll tell you that at the very least. Shout out to everybody who witnessed some of the shenanigans with me. What is life without fucking shenanigans? I wish it was kind of worse. I wish I really acted up like I could have. I didn't act up like I wanted to. I was like, yeah. The way my checking and savings is set up, I can't act up like I want to. Very reasonable. Very, very, was like fiscally responsible, if you will. To whatever limit I'm able to be. I should, knowing what I know now, didn't they say something like that? No, not when I was a kid. When I was 5 years ago, if I knew shit was going to be like whatever this vibration this world is in, if I knew it was headed that way, even the things between people and politics, yeah, man, I would have played the game totally different. I would have played this game totally different. That's what sucks, because you have to have the heads up, to even do it then, to prepare for now. You almost rewrite the timeline being in that position, kind of. Had a whole different set of challenges, I think. That's crazy. Couldn't prepare for this time. If they're just gonna pull the plug on everything. What was that, a 43-day government shutdown? The longest one so far? And then you have to map those to previous ones. And think this is the most intense of them. So all those other parallels will be just as intense, I imagine. Multiplier ratio times 43. That's crazy. Yeah. Nah, we weren't worrying about the damn debt 5 years ago. You weren't talking about no damn buildings and corporations and casinos can't afford their rent every month because they didn't understand interest rates, but they're doing gambling with numbers. Weird fucking story. Weird fucking story. Yeah, you couldn't tell me that. Couldn't tell me I'd be in Las Vegas. Nope, I would have planned everything so different. I promise you, I would have did 13 different ways before Sunday if I knew like, oh, that's where I'm going, and just walk that way. I made so many different things, so many choices different, but we can't do that. That sucks. You don't have no fucking idea. There's so many different variables spinning at once. It is like a casino. You can't wish it different either. I wouldn't want it to be now. Now that I know, you wake up again. Like, whoa, the fuck was that shit? I swear, the past feels so like a bad dream, like a faint memory. Like, was that real? Did I really experience and witness and live through that in the meantime to get to here, to get to where I'm at now, where the energy is, where life is? Because you don't forget that. You don't forget what your mind space was, I hope, what your priorities were, what your worries were, and the decisions you made and why. And then look at where you are now and like, what the fuck was all that about? Especially if everything's gonna be the way that it is now. On top of that, god damn, it ain't like you go through all that, but you outside the same. You know what I'm talking about? The same song be on the radio when you turn the car on. Nah, It'd be a whole different car and a whole different radio by the time you get to the other side of some shit. And then that has happened a lot just since the pandemic for me personally. It slammed the door on so many what do they call these shits? Storylines or fucking side quests. There you go. All that tertiary shit that followed you for a long time. It's like that's it. Game over. Or that is over. That's done, finished, done. Resolved, finished, done. Unresolved, finished. Even resolve some random shit. I never experienced it. I've never been this old before. So now I get to see what they're trying to talk about. They're trying to put that into words. Certain shit only happens when you get old. Certain shit can only happen when you get older. Yeah, you can't learn it because the teacher is time itself. Certain shit that time has taught me just in the fucking last year, boy. Like when I went to Raleigh and I saw John outside. Like that shit was random as fuck, but it wasn't. It was random as fuck because what the fuck? But it wasn't random because I had just thought about it maybe within the last 48 hours of being there. Like replaying a certain scenario from years ago. And then going out there and taking the chance to go that way. I had no reason to go that way. But I followed, you know what I'm saying? The flow of energy. The flow of energy led me there and he was there. That's fucking a miracle by itself. Cause I ain't been there since 2007. Ain't nothing from 2007 standing the way it was now. Even everything else about that moment or that day. Like, so the fact that the only thing frozen in time in that space was the fact that he still works at that store was crazy to me. Like, that's 18 years. That's like a whole time through high school. That's like a whole high school kids timeline ago. Like a whole high schooler came and went, and he still at that damn store. And that's the only thing that's the same there. And like what time teaches you, like what the fuck? What is this? How is this even possible? I'm being trolled right now. Everything else is a memory of what it used to be, if it could be there because I didn't change it or build something different. But not that memory right there. And that memory right there, why it's even crazier, why it's even circled like that, is because of what happened. Like what happened in my life when I saw him the first time there. And it's the same fucking story, which is why it's creepy. Because time teaches you the whole story, right? So now I can go from the first time I seen him and probably the last time I seen him. That was a whole era, an epoch. From like being in a turning point, a paradigm shift of real life at that time. And we're about to hit what the 2008 market bullshit that they were lying about back then, with Obama's ass. And we're about to have Obama for the first time. So that was drastically shifted social media narrative for a time. Remember all the kids and the cops and all those shootings that painted a lot of things too. But that time period right there, to be at that age and seeing it on the internet too before everyone else, knowing that some of it's real, and it's like, what the fuck is going on? And seeing how people responded to it and how shitty so many Americans are when it comes to cops killing kids, and knowing that you have to grow up in a society that's fucking disgusting. On top of everything that can be wrong in life, financially. So to meet him, and that was the turning point for the internet shit becoming real life for me. Because running a studio at home was because of him. Yep. I end up running into him randomly. I don't even think I had no fucking money to buy clothes at that damn store. But some told me to go there and look at it anyway. I just got my hair cut and had my beat CD with me. Oh man, we old as shit. We used to burn CDs and shit with music on it. Can you imagine? Straight out Fruity Loops and quit it. Took it to him and he played it in the store, took my number and called me, and then kept playing the beats in the store while he was trying to rap and shit. And the other rappers would come in like, yo, what's that? Who's that? And before I fucking knew it, like every fucking week, a different rapper came by. $40 there, $80 there, $100 there. For like that whole, for like a damn near. It felt longer than it was, but it was for a while. It was for a while. That's right after Stonewood got shut down. Yeah. Leading into that. Yep. I had no choice actually. I didn't have another choice in the 80s. Nobody was fucking hiring anyway. So like my life and being a beat maker and all that goofy shit is like embedded into the politics or what was going on outside, in fact. Because all my shit was reactionary to outside. It was always. I was quantum entangled in the shifts. Fucking sucks. Part 5. I was quantum entangled in every shift. Especially with the internet, social media, and money and music, all that. That was always part of us. But for me, that was profound. To survive like that, way before there was a content creator space, I was kind of almost doing that, but just in real life. I was already practicing in real life. Way before I got to the internet. Up until now. And to see him one last time. And to close that whole fucking chapter. It was way bigger than what happened. It was way bigger than his involvement in anything. It was like a fucking weird ass, that's so Raven deja vu, that's all. Like, damn. The old life is dead. And I got a chance to resolve that with him. And that was to finalize it. Moral of the story. Because the way the story lingered, it was like he was behind something. But then I find out someone else was lying about that. So that didn't end correctly. Because someone else was lying or someone else tried to do something, right? And then that storyline with that person is a complete fucking facade or bullshit because they were behind it. So having to interface with the person who was really behind it for over a decade, right? I didn't resolve that until this year. I resolved that part first. That's the craziest shit about life when you get old. Because the person behind all the bullshit back at that time period was the person that told me he did it. So that person lingered in my life just off of the scenario and what it was and how it played out based on what he said. But that was the person I had to worry about, apparently, right? Now imagine I got a whole life story and a decade and a half with a person that's behind that part of my life's transition moment. Because of them, in fact. Because of them. And to keep growing and keep going parallel with them, you know, showing up in my life throughout time, thinking one way about it, right? So finally getting that resolved, if you will, in a very unusual way too. What was that, March? February? The phone call was strange. Everybody who called me during that month, phone call was strange actually. And that's what I'm saying. Like you get old enough and you start to see shit resolve and cut off and it's like not normal. Like supernaturally or like major, like a big shift, like a turning point of so many extra side questy ass lingering parts of your story, if you will. Like, why did that go that way? Oh, this motherfucker ain't shit, lied. Other guy ostracized, blah, 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 3YI, and then boom, this person's talking to me, and I'm tapped into whatever fuck I'm tapped into, and I'm asking questions, and then I catch the loop, and then I push, and then I just get them to say it for themselves. And I was like, why didn't I didn't see that shit before? Like, I had a lot going on this year. But that one right there was kind of weird because I just resolved it with the other dude last month. So I didn't get a chance to unpack that shit. But that's dope and evil and crazy. And, like, that's how I know God is real or something. You know what I'm saying? Like that moment in my life, because of these people, completely shifted my everything I was on. Right, I had to adjust, adapt, artificially, if you will. But it was perfect timing. But you know how this shit go when you know there's someone behind it, their part, and then for them to be fucking playing in your face for over a decade after that, and you don't even know it. You sense it though. I always sense something wrong. Thus, I didn't make it a crazier story than it ought to have been. So I was fine, except for I wasn't fine with the idea. I had the wrong idea. So as soon as I was able to get that, and this person tells me, yeah, my daughter just died. Of course. Of course. Of course. You live long enough. You see it for yourself. Of course. It's a fucking tragedy, man. That's a fucked up way to realize people ain't shit. For someone's daughter to die. I guess whatever that was snapped it for him. AKA, because he felt responsible for it somehow. He can talk in 3 a.m. too. So he was one of those that would know that it wasn't just regular. So then when I was able to press the issue about the past, he wasn't able to lie, I guess. I was able to get that answer at the perfect wrong time, I guess. That's very weird. That rewrote a whole bunch of time for that rewrote a whole bunch of other kind of shit and passive aggressive shit too. It made me understand something about people, especially about him. But yeah, back to the other guy. Yeah, running into him was like in perfect timing because there'd be no other time I would ever be able to run into that and resolve that story. Let alone the beginning is the end type of way too. It'd been corny if it was on like Instagram or something. Nah, it was like deja vu. Like I'm walking around after some weird shit going on in my life, part two. I don't know what's next, part three. And then I run into him with the fucking beat CD. And boom, he's outside. Boom, same story. By his car, showing me things, blah, blah, blah. He's still doing music. You know how these stories go. 18 years and going, both of us. Can you imagine? We must have took this shit pretty serious. But this other person kept me away from the serious person. Shit evil, y'all. This shit can be evil. This shit can be very evil, and it's low key, and you probably don't think about it that way until you get old enough to see the results. To see the shit, they call it let the shit play out. Yeah, I'm old enough to see shit play out. That's new. That's that's new. Shit does play out. It takes time though. But shit'll play out. All that shit you uncertain about, or all that shit with people, especially with people. And it's like this weird fucking energy, but you ain't got the narrative or the words to describe it yet. It seems fine, I guess. Yeah, that shit'll play out. It'll show you exactly why you feel like that eventually. Always has so far. So yeah, this year closed a lot of those it shall play out moments of my life from such a long time ago. From such a long time ago. There's something very different about this moment. Whether it's the retrogrades, the fucking fake ass paralysis of the sky colors and all that fake shit going on lately. Or whatever the fuck the white bands are doing with the militaries and the sky shit. I don't know. But I'll tell you one fucking thing. Niggas is tired. I get it, man. I get it. Trust me, I get it. We don't need nothing else. We don't need no more awakenings. I'm good. We're good. Let's pause it right here. It's the perfect time to cut it the fuck out for the rest of my life. Nah. Nah, fam. But that's what that means. If you find yourself in a moment in your life where things are ending, doors are closing like that, or resolutions, or especially paradigm shifts, where you learn a piece of information that changes everything and about that storyline or that quest, that means it's over, right? That means like that's the debriefing, if you will. So even meeting him, I debriefed him about what happened in his relationship with that guy, and how they might not, you know what I'm saying? He might not know that that guy, you know what I'm saying? Like it might have changed the trajectory of them two in the future as well. You know what I'm saying? So many things. It's like playing Fallout or something. Your interaction changes an NPC in another city type of thing. Same story. It's an RPG for real. But those are the end of quests. So a lot of quest logs ended this year for a lot of people. Especially with family members transitioning too. Jesus Christ. They gotta let us live one day. They gotta let us live one day, boy. They ain't got room for another ancestor to die, boy. We ain't got that many left. Just in 5 years, man. I've never lived through nothing like that. Never. And mind you, my memory starts with my mother being dead. So to go from that to like back to back to back of all the other key players, if you will. It's like, what? What? You know what I'm saying? You might not sort people like that. I do, though. I can tell by like the frequency of people in my life and how long I've known them. Like they're like key players. You might not see them or talk to them every day, but they know the most or the longest about you. You will have memories with them that only you and them will have. Like those people from a long time ago. And just for them to fall off and all transition within 5 years, bro, that shit evil. That shit evil right there, boy. So, on one hand, you're not going to get answers to none of those questions because the libraries are gone with them. You're not even going to figure out different answers to other social or family dynamics either. You'll never have their side of the story about anything. So it's kind of like, all right, resolution, debrief. That means I can't even chase that waterfall no more. Feel me? The old life is dead. So like, even with those people around and how difficult it seemed to be for our family to take this shit serious before they die. Like, what else is on their list of things to do? I don't understand anything, but different generation in time, I guess. Wasn't able to get but so much out of them while they were alive. And now that they're not here, that means that quest is done. Whatever I was able to get is enough. But most importantly, now going forward, it shuts the path of all of that. Like, so much of your life was in that when you're older. It's like, I was doing that for a while. I was trying to get the answer for like 20 years. I was trying to, figure out, get to the bottom of who set that up, 15 years ago. And it's like, and then you finally start getting beyond it. On one hand, it's like, yo, so much of that shit don't follow you no more because, it's done. It's over. It's final. Even if it's death, it's final. Even if you're not at that job or that relationship no more, cool. It's final. And for life to have finally cut so many stories to finality the way that it has this year, oh my God. I don't even know what the fuck that means, honestly. I'm trying to deduce it with math, though. I'm trying to stay optimistic about what the math means. But I don't know what that means. I've never experienced this all at once. Like, all of it. It's like, then you're like, oh shit, my life was conditioning me for this inevitable, what the fuck do they call this moment? Oh wait, I hope that ain't what the fucking awakening is, because I got bad news for everybody. If that's what they're talking about awakening, you don't want that one. Don't even sign up for that shit. Just enjoy your life. Eat, drink, be merry, ×5. Just leave all the other shit alone. But this one right here, it's like a dream, like not a bad dream. It's like a parallel reality. This is the only way I can describe it to you as a person going through it. Like, none of that shit that's real in my family or in my tribe or my way of what made me me, for all that to be gone at once. Like no hometown, if you will. No hometown energy, no reference point. Like it's final. And now it's like boom, now it's me though. I'm a collective, I'm a collection of that collective. And that's it. Now go forward. Nigga, go the fuck forward to where? What are we talking about? You don't expect that shit to happen to you. So young. Now I know the damn 39 years old. 59. 69. Hopefully. Right? Let them die old. 39? They all up out of here? These are the main people in the story and all the changes and all the bullshit in between us too. It's the craziest thing about it. Those are the people that are the they are the reason why things were the way they were, people. Everyone except for my dad, which is the weirdest part about this. He's still around somehow, given the nature of things. But everybody else, that's a product of the environment. Well, what you supposed to fucking do when that's all over? You ain't gonna get no fucking answer about what it really was or wasn't or nothing. You just suspended. Like before you die too. Like when you die, it's all over. You know how the story goes. All your quest logs are finished by that time. So some things you kind of expect that you would die on, if you will, if that makes sense. Like you'll never figure it out, type of thing, like because of time itself. Whereas these are kind of like, no, it's final, and you still have to keep going. It's not on your mind no more. It can't be. That's weird. I have never even imagined something shit like that. Like point of no returns, like so many of them, in so many parts of your upbringing or your story or dynamics. Like you're trying to figure shit out. You gotta get to know people and move around and see how things pan out, and then just be like, "Oh, you're done with that, nigga." I was just getting somewhere. And that's what sucks. I just started making headway. Like it finally started to shift too. That's the oh my god. I want to strangle somebody, whoever the programmer of this shit is, boy. But as I made headway, as I started getting phone calls back, and I started getting answers about this person, that person, what this is and what this isn't. I'm the one sharing the goddamn what I found. At least, I get to pass that on to them. And I did. Whether or not they understood or received it, I did my part as a messenger. Hey, did you know this part about this story? And here's my perspective. Check this out, part 3. So as soon as it got started, and you're in your head, you're like, oh, you got like 20 years. This a cool 1 year out of 20. I'll get to it hopefully in 5. And they be like, nah, game over. What the fuck is the purpose? What's the purpose of it? What's the purpose of this shit lingering over your head for 10 years, 20 years to find answers and do whatever the fuck going on in this thing called life? And then when you finally get a chance to do it as an adult the right way, or you take the initiative since no one else is, you're like, all right, now I'm getting too old to be waiting for my damn self. So let me figure this shit out. Let me put my fucking Neville Goddard on and get these answers. And then everyone starts dying as soon as you reach for it. I don't know what that's called. They call it, well, it's a day late, a dollar short. But I don't know what that's called when it's like life or death though. Because now I know. The way more intense it was to get it done correlated to how much time was left. And I know that when it started. I thought it was just important. Like it felt like an important notification. Like, you know what? You're bored. Go ahead and call your Aunt Bernie. She don't know me like that. I haven't seen her since I was a kid. It's kind of weird shit going on in my family since. So, I don't want to be that guy, but, I follow her on Facebook. She's online. Green, say hi. I say hi. Part 3, cool. Hey, whatever. Love to talk to you. Here's my phone number. Oh shit, it's gonna ring. Part 2. Like, that was on me. That was on me, man. I had to do all that shit. I had to initiate so many fucking outreaches to my family. I didn't put that much time behind trying to reach out to a woman before. I had to like this last 5 years was like trying to figure out how to get a real conversation out of family members about something important. And that was like strange. That was like a side quest. Like that wasn't effortless. That was like because there's a lot of reasons for it. It wasn't normal, if you will. But ain't got shit to do with me, boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a totally different character. I'm me. Obviously, I'm looking for these answers. Try me. So I'd initiate all that during all this madness too, and try to save their lives too. I told him, older Barry and Chaga. Oh no, the Chaga made my glucose jump. Oh, here we go. All right. Well, stay away from these boosters if you can, please. My doctor said, my sister said, ass niggas. Oh my god. You guys just taking a stride. Like they're your OGs, but then they don't really know me like that. That's why that shit different, because it's kind of fucked up. Like, why wouldn't these people know me like that? Like, what the fuck is that story? What is all that time in between us? And what was the time for me to finally step up and reach out and connect and at least learn something, preserve something from them while we have time in a pandemic where everyone's dying? You gotta stack that shit up. Running out of time. And I'm like, all right, well, I want to dedicate that time to finding them. Man, that shit caused a whole bunch of weird shit to happen on top of it. Man, like, how difficult? Why is that difficult? Why was that difficult? Just for everyone to fucking die. No? Does anyone know the answer to that? What does it mean when something that's very simple becomes difficult? And it's difficult artificially because of other people, apparently. I don't know the story yet. But I'm pretty good at paying attention to RPGs. You're trying to do something you're supposed to do, you ought to do. Your spirit tells you ought to do it. You feel bad if you didn't do it, so you're going to do it, but you're running out of time to do it either way, so you might as well do it now. Take initiative. Cool story. You do it, and there's still this weird energy and persistence, and you're like, I'm trying to figure out what's this way. Why everybody weird about that way? I'm not going that way. I'm doing math and shit on John Smith. Hold on. Y'all don't know who that is. Hold on. I ain't worrying about back then. No. I'm about to jump with you. I'm about to take you to Jimmy Neutron. I'm about to take you somewhere else. You know who your granddaddy is? We can't even have that conversation because there's some other weird shit happening lately. I was left out of it. Wow. Some shit you don't learn until you get old. I was left out. There was a decision that was made, is what I'm saying. I was left out. I was cut out. Yeah. It's poetry. It's the same thing. The stone that the builders refused. Same story. But for it to be so loud, if so, the objective wasn't obviously to find the answers that I thought I was looking for, like the questions and why I need to go to these people for these answers, because they're in the story, right? They would know, they're older. Let me go to them. Let me fill this out. Why am I going this direction? Why wouldn't I, right? They're my family, so you should go that direction. I challenge you. But then not to get none of that, but instead you get, oh, you were left out. It makes everything make sense. I'm only on this quest because I'm left out. I'm the wrong type of person to leave out because I'll be the only one to take it serious. So even if there's other people not left out, they don't know what I'm looking for either. They don't know what I know about what I'm knowing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different story. They're dealing with something else that I'm left out of. But because I'm left out of whatever that is, and I don't know, I'm left out. I was unable to connect. I was prevented from connecting to that story altogether. Almost like it doesn't matter, I guess, in hindsight, except for what I learned that I was left out, and it was a choice. I don't know who made that choice. I would assume my grandfather. I can't ask him. He's dead. So I can't ask what choice, why, when, where, water, heart, go planet. I ain't got no go planet answers. I can't tell you what and why. I can just tell you what happened. And I'm the only one alive that can tell it that way. That's a crazy fucking story, part 3. I don't know what the fuck going on, 2025, boy. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, life will do that to you, boy. You be thinking you're looking for one thing, and the whole time it's just trolling you to get somewhere else. That's how I see it. Like, in this era of trolling, it's kind of like that. It's like life is going to have you focus and be caught up in the matrix and spending your energy and attention going trying to do something or build something or get over something. And that whole process, that whole process, especially if you find yourself kind of in the trenches with it, like it's repetitive, like just that process, those moments in life, that shit leading you somewhere totally different. By the time you get old enough to see that loop after years and years and different micro loops of it, you're like, oh shit. It kind of helps as you get older because you can predict then what's next. If you have enough loops, you can get the timing belt of it. Like, oh, okay, it goes red, blue, blue, green. All right, I know what's next. It's gonna be blue next. Same thing with this shit. Like when you get so much fucking closure, if you will, without getting an answer, is a weird thing because you can't hang on to it because of what it actually taught you. Like getting the answers to the questions I wanted would have been great, but what I got instead, I couldn't have got any other way. Yeah, run that shit back. I was nudged to do this outside of my normal synapses, so I could tell the difference. Whatever for whatever I felt, whatever's in the air that caused me to pursue that path 6, 7 years ago when I started to take it serious. They just kept pushing me to these people. Reach out, call them, reach out, call them, talk to them. Just connect, 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 connect. And the reason for that, like those particular people available to me and how I would connect, like what would I ask them, what are we going to talk about, like that whole setup. And in the meantime, while I'm learning shit about history. At the same time, I'm studying the history of ancestors, not knowing their direct ancestors, not even knowing they're obviously people's ancestors, but not knowing where I'm at in that shit yet. But I'm treating it with the respect that it is, because someone's fucking lying today. So I'm studying that shit avidly for the last 10 years, like every fucking day, something about it. And at the same time, I'm learning something about it. I'm trying to ask them the same shit. So I kind of felt like they were avoiding me, or, not them, but time, circumstances, opportunities. It just felt, you could feel like there's resistance. I ain't tripping. Like, we got time, kind of. I'm gonna get it eventually, right? But in the meantime, all the other shit I was doing, all the dailies and the 3 a.m.s I was doing, was what that was. So, isn't that crazy? If it was easy for me to get them on the phone, and easy to get them just to answer the simple fucking questions on John Smith, right? Just the yay or nay, what do we know, what happened, part 6. No one ever seems to know what happened, cool. But at least you know that part, right? And I'm not tripping. That is true. For your resources and your sources, that's your granddaddy too, right? So you my granddaddy part 2. So that's my granddaddy too, right? I'm good about we good, we good, we good, we good. All right, high fives, high fives, high fives. And maybe I was just moved on. And it's just been like, oh yeah, as a matter of fact, that family branch valid, and I got some other tertiary details and locations I'll visit one day. Like it was no bigger. It wasn't bigger. This was life stuff. It was just human shit. It wasn't a purpose or a mission to find and solve this. This was just on me. Like having a dead mother and a father in prison. It's like it'd be kind of important if you kind of remember where the fuck you come from. You know, in case I have a kid. Like who the fuck want to tell them? Same story. So I was like, I'm thinking like that. But the answers were nothing like that. The fuck is going on out here? The answers I got instead, but that's my point though. It's scary because I was looking for the answers from them while I was getting the answers already. So if they would have answered earlier, maybe I wouldn't have had that mean time to look at everything else the way that I had to, not knowing what I was looking at, too. Like that's a mean setup right there. That's an evil. I call it evil. That seems evil to me, boy. Highly efficient though. Maybe it's not evil because evil's stupid, but it's something mean. Something very mean about that program right there. Where it's gonna get done no matter what. Yeah, I didn't choose none of that. That's kind of written into the script. This is some Westworld shit. That's a built-in main story quest. I didn't know that when I was doing it. I didn't know that was the point of any of this actually. Mm-mm. I got trolled. I got trolled by music. Music took me to the internet. The internet took me to the 3 a.m. stuff. The 3 a.m. stuff took me to my family. And then my family somehow through time was able to get that download to me. Just by the internet. Just like trolling me, nudging me through the internet. Yeah, people don't. What's that Neil deGrasse Tyson meme? People don't think the universe be like it is, but it do. Mm-hmm. From Tripod and Noble Drew Ali. He was the first person I found on those web pages. And I had no idea it was my grandfather. Yeah, we couldn't have done that without the internet again, because these people weren't very hopeful. The living people weren't very hopeful in this journey. But that thing that nudges us to even look that way, to even search that way. Why was I searching for him at 15? I don't know. I can tell you how I felt though. And now I can tell you what it means. Like, that's something else. That's in that other box no one talk about. It's going to get done. No matter what. It's not your agenda. I'm here to report in on that one. I don't know if that's true for everybody. But if your life's been a little bit more intense than most, it's because you're being used. We're being used, trolled. It might not be a bad thing, but I don't like going through things. I don't like going through dummy missions without being told why. This is a rule of thumb for me, so I would never appreciate it. Even when you know what I'm talking about and which source it is, I still don't appreciate it. That way of doing things. We'll see how democratic this shit is when it's all said and done. But anyway, life, it, them, they, whatever that shit is, will lead you on this little side quest, main quest, dummy mission shit. So do not be alarmed about anything else if you're already on a quest like that. It ain't about nothing else. It don't be about nothing else, because it gets to a point where all that shit get cut off anyway. So a lot of that shit ain't that damn important. And you know that the whole time, you just don't know which shit ain't that important. You gotta live a little longer. And you're like, oh, a lot of this shit ain't that important. I thought it was just a couple of silly things. Nah, it was most of the serious things that turned out not to be that damn important when we look at it now from this point, looking backwards. It ain't gonna with me tomorrow either, so it could not have been that fucking serious if it's not permanent. You see the impermanence of things and people and situations, the context of it, the loop itself, the building you used to go to, is just not there no more. It wouldn't make sense. It changes over time, and if you've been paying attention to it this way, everyone didn't pay attention to this way. Like, oh, now that I think about it, nah, that's all I think about. That way, I think about life that way. I'm watching it. Like I'm learning a pattern. Like I objectively look at my life like not a movie, but a video game storyline, a campaign, if you will. There it is. Not a movie, but a campaign. Like I feel like I'm in campaign mode. Movies are a little bit different. They have a fixed beginning and fixed end point. Campaign mode, you kind of have a little bit of freedom, but at the end of the game, it's still the end of the game. It's the same boss, the same evil. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what your playthrough is or what weapon you spec in. You still got to go up to that final stage boss of shit. If your life is like that, what they call it, hero's journey and all this goofy shit. Nah, don't wish for that. That's childish. Don't do no childish shit like that because it sacrifices for people on these type of paths. You have to sacrifice what the world teaches you is attachments. Like if I couldn't detach, I'd be miserable. Yeah, I don't think depressed would be the word for it actually. If I couldn't detach from so many different things that I've detached from. There's some people who struggle with like just a couple of those things, right? They really hang on to it and create a personality or ego off of that because they never detach from it, right? And they end up healing that later, hopefully, and then have to rewrite, that maladjustment. But there's so much shit you just gotta let go of just to move forward. You don't have a choice. If you're moving forward, if you continue with the campaign, you have to let it go. I don't know any other way to keep going, actually. When you have to let go so much, it becomes like Skyrim. You have like a capacity, you get overcumbered, you start moving slow before you fence some items. Same story. You feel like you carrying what they call it, bag lady, carrying baggage. I wish it was just about Tyrones and Ericas. No, it'd be so much other shit going on in the background that you got to cut off from too. Just to move forward though. It's kind of like jumping down and you fall into the jungle with a parachute. Like you needed that parachute where you were just 5 minutes ago. You couldn't live without it. But now that you're in the jungle and you're just hanging from this fucking tree, now you got to cut it off. You feel me? You can't take this parachute with you. And now you're in a different environment. But you always remember you were just skydiving, boy. You were just on a plane somewhere else. You were just relying on this power shoot, this chute to save your life, right? Now you don't need it. Not for the jungle, at least. Definitely not for this desert. Yeah, we wasn't prepared for that one, boy. Nope. That was not the path they gave us. What are you supposed to do? Go to school, go to college, find a girlfriend, make sure she ain't a hoe, have kids, start a family, around 30, have kids, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden I'm an AAU coach already. I'm supposed to be an AAU coach or a football coach, somebody coach somewhere, right? Spare time shit. Easy. I'm 40 already, or I'm about to be, so probably not likely. So in absence of these things that are once common to us, you based it on a reality that's not here no more, and a time that's not here no more, and without the internet too, the way you would visualize things, you have to really use your imagination. Now you got examples and you doom scrolling and shit, and it's like that don't lead nowhere. It's not real. But neither is your past. Ain't that a bitch? Hmm? That's why truth is so important. It'll rewrite. It'll rewrite your whole algorithm. You don't need all the answers. You need the truth. Sometimes the questions are not about the answers. They're about the truth. You have questions because you don't know the truth. That's how this shit works. That's how this shit works. If you ever been in a relationship with someone who's being untrue, they might answer your fucking questions. But that's not what you realize that it's not the answer to that question is the fucking problem. I sense something else is off. This question just leads to that door. That answer didn't stop that door though. I still feel that there's still something missing. Hananana squash banana. Where's this energy come from? What is this interference? What is this dissonance? Why do they sound and act like that? Why are they using that tone more regularly? Let me ask a different question. You understand? If you've ever been in that position before, you can tell it just by energy. It doesn't even matter what your story is. I can tell you exactly how the energy is going to go. This is just all that it's taught me, at least. That energy is going to go. Pattern recognition is a beast, man. You think life is about that? Like, oh, I just gotta learn these lessons and then I'll be qualified. Nope, nope, nope. Figuring that out is not enough. That is not. That is that. At least that is not the bridge that we had to cross for this part of our age and our time. It got shit nothing to do with understanding dynamics and people and preserving your energy and not being knocked out by vampires. That's a powerful side quest though. That's a powerful one. If you beat that one early enough in life, the rest of your life should be golden when it comes to people, boy. But I'll tell you one thing, that ain't the point either. Damn it. Yep. Yep. When you finally have that light go off on narcissism in your life, you go, whoa. Holy shit. That is the pattern. That is the answer. That's the first time I ever experienced that. One shift of my mind of understanding this concept about what narcissism is, and then quantizing it how I do the energy. I go, oh shit. The last 20 fucking years of figuring out problems and people and the way shit went left or right when it did is because of narcissism. Holy shit. Let me look at myself and the shit that I fucked up, especially when I was younger as a kid, you know. It makes sense, puberty and all that shit. I get it. But let me recognize it. Oh shit. Ain't that a bitch? Why did I do that then? I was a kid. But what was I thinking as a kid? I was thinking like this. Oh, they're thinking like this now, but they're not a kid. Oh, I get it. You're hiding something. You're angry about something. You have not detached from something from a long time ago. Ha ha ha. That's the only answer there is. Everything they do and how they animate that shit don't make a fucking difference. What they said to me, what they didn't say to me, what they promised, what they didn't promise, what the lies was, all of that shit. I got a pretty little box with a pink bow in it called narcissism. And how that frees you from a whole nother quest log. Like, I ain't got no more questions, Your Honor. Motherfuckers is weird. And some motherfuckers be weird narcissists. They ain't nothing to figure out. I ain't do nothing wrong. Because there ain't nothing you can do right with a situation like that. So, you know what I'm saying? The fact that you made it out alive, in fact, is probably the most phenomenal part about realizing what it is. Like, oh, shit, I survived the fucking Viper's Den. Okay, Joseph. Go, Daniel. I get it. What the fuck is going on in this life, boy? Why is that even a quest? Why is that even a fucking element to humans? Like, as if it's not hard enough. But now you understand there's a whole quirk about life, about people, about humans, or whatever this is, whatever we are. There's this quirk that you can paint with narcissism brushes, word model, and then think about it just in terms of energy. Is it pulling me down? Does it give anything back in return? What's going on with it? Is it hiding something? Is it angry? Does it suddenly burst on me? Is it... I got the whole fucking Madden playbook now. From Joe Montana 95. I got it from Sega. I got the whole playbook now. I get it now. And it doesn't matter if they are, they're not, or if that's just a bad... The way I bring that out of them even, right? It could be me. Shit, fucking, it could be me. But when that demon shows up, cool. No further questions, Your Honor. Because then it becomes, thank God I got away. Thank God I got away. Thank God I realized it. Thank God that's what it is. Thank God it's nothing else. Thank God it wasn't me. Thank God it wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? So many different doors in your life just becomes, it is what it is, part 3. Especially if you know why. Like if you can put it in a box and move from that box. Detach from it. You could be wrong. You usually are. But that box right there hasn't missed. That's exactly what the fuck that was. can tell by how I feel without it. It's not isolation from people, but it's definitely, if you've been around some less than savory characters and side quests and storylines of people in your life that been in the school of hard knocks, especially in this type of society of colonialization and let's make pretend there's no racism structurally, but how people play this campaign with those handicaps. It creates different types of personality traits. It creates different types of awareness. It creates a different type of expectations, even. Mm-hmm. It has to always pretend, or it has to always perform or wear the mask of competence. It cannot afford to not know, or it cannot afford to be anything or judged or viewed as anything else but the mask it presents as itself. And you can trigger that just by telling the truth. It don't even be about you. It don't even be about them. It could just be the truth sometimes. You get into like little fucking blowouts with a person because you have an opinion about something. Fourth party, like it ain't personal to you. It ain't personal to them. You just believe different about something, and you're talking about it objectively. Like fuck that shit. It's not real anyway. And then they take it personally. Like that's why are you defending this hypothetical thing that ain't yours or mine? We can spend our time everywhere else in this sublime 360. But over here, you want to turn that into a moment in history, I guess. And I found out, and I just studied the patterns of every time I encountered that scenario. It's like, oh, I'm triggering them by knowing something. What? You would think it'd be the opposite, right? People who are looking for knowledge and awakening and stuff. Like, if you talk to a person, they know something, you're like, oh shit, cool story. Tell me more. Oh, I didn't know that. A, B, C, D. And you can talk about whatever the fuck you want. But then to have those conversations with people like that and then get angry. I ain't saying nothing to make nobody angry in human history about this shit right here, buddy. You can Google it. I got the PDF for you. I got at least 20 of these ebooks if you think I'm playing with you. But even if, what's the problem? Why is this a performance? Why must I be incompetent to be around you? And you see that in so many different eras of your life. If you're awake, they misread it. I think most people misread it. They have to be, because they're not paying attention to understand what it is. That might make them feel away, but why would it? I'd be relieved to know that there's different types of people. That everyone's not a fucking NPC, at least. That's just me though. But yeah, you don't have a chance in Hades but to be yourself, no matter how this shit play out. Because all that shit that you're trying to be, and all those people you're trying to be around, inevitably, time runs out on all those storylines. So, you know what I'm saying? It's really going to be you at the end of the day that survives the past. Not your fears, not your beliefs, but you. Like, why you're here. Like, what it's making you to be. Finding that is the final answer. Final answer. Final answer before 50. The point of it all is to find yourself. You gotta find yourself first. It's like opposite RPGs. In an RPG, you start with nothing, or you start a prisoner and you come outside, and you gotta find what? You gotta find weapons and armor. And then you can play the game and fight the monsters and level up. You know what to do after that. This game ain't like that. You gotta find yourself first. Mm-hmm. Once you find yourself first, that's one variable that you always contrast from everything else and everyone else. Like, I know this is on me. Like, I'm standing on this. This is what I am. This is what I believe. This is what it is. It's not it's nothing you can compromise on, because you're going to end up using that as a guideline of how you feel resistance towards other people who embrace something else, and how you feel magnetism towards other people, and how some people seem to be hot and cold with you based on you yourself. If you can just pay attention to that, you'll realize really quickly those people you resist with don't have to be in your life. It's a crazy science because I used to feel like, people come into your life because life is so random and shit, and they're just supposed to be there when they show up and they go when they go, right? Mm-mm. You can just say no. They'll rewrite the story too. It's weird. Most people leave impact on you if they're in your life over time. Some don't though. Pay attention. Think about all those classmates you don't remember, and they sat right next to you. So a lot of people, if you feel that type of energy ahead of time, or you understand these patterns I'm talking about, you just stay away from them for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. And you might find yourself in a city of them. Yep, it's time for you to move somewhere else. That might not be the right location. It might be less of this or more of this. But what I'm saying is, you'll be able to navigate yourself once you find yourself. I don't think anything cool happens until after you do. I ain't talking about dreams or American dreams or corporate things. Mm-mm. I'm talking about what it means to be you. You can feel the difference when you're you. When you're not performing, when you're not on eggshells, and you're just you. And I'm telling you, that shit's a bitch. That shit years in the making. Because this society encourages you to try to be everything else. Have you tried being yourself yet? That's where a lot of narcissism comes from. People who can't be themselves, or are not, in a healthy view of themselves. Dirty mirror, dirty self-mirror, because of shit they've done, or shit that happened that led them to do other shit. And then it becomes shit they've done to other people. Then we always skip that part in healing. But yeah, yep, life be like that, boy. 2025's a bitch. Cause they wrapped that shit up for me, boy. Like, I don't know what else is next. Like, I ain't got no more in me after that one, man. Seeing all those shit change and how it's become with myself and my local dramas and my life, like how I have to navigate. Thankful though. Thankful that I could recognize a pattern in it and that I'm cool. Like, it's like, all right, it is what the fuck it is. I know now. I know what I was. I know what was. I know why that I felt off. I know what that weird feeling was. It wasn't what I hoped it was. It felt. It felt like it matched though. It wasn't a good feeling at all. But at least it wasn't all the other crazy shit I could have imagined. I imagine. But it was a whole bunch of crazy shit I didn't imagine. Thank God. So now I know. That shit's been happening since 2017. It finally stopped because that's what it was. It was why I couldn't get none of those answers. Yeah, I thought it was something foreign or global. Nah, I was in the middle of something changing locally without my knowledge. Behind my back, there he goes. That's how the people in the Bible describe it, things too. Like God is in the rooms that you're not in. So like nothing can happen behind your back, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Because God is always listening. I believe that. I can sense that. I can sense what they mean by that. Just going through my story, because I knew things that I have no reason of knowing about so many situations. They're not important now. So you know what I'm saying. It's not about being wrong or right or the situation even. It would be to those people though, since they're being fucking weird for some personal reason, right? Some gain or agenda, right? It's a bigger plan with these people. We're not paid to think. I get it. I get why it's difficult for them. But thank God it's difficult for them. Well, I want to be able to, you know what I'm saying? I want to be able to say the other side of it. It shouldn't be that hard to think. It shouldn't be this hard to live either. But you realize how much fucking fake, artificial, narcissistic shit in this society is in the way of anything functional anyway. And then you find out, oh, what's the root issue with everything? That's it. right there. It's just narcissism, guys. Final answer. What's wrong with our generations? We're in captivity by narcissists in every dimension. Politically, financially, in our relationships, in our families, in our homes. And if you can start to really unpack what the fuck that is and see the before and after of understanding what the fuck I just said, that is the final answer. We got to the root issue of everybody's fucking problem. Everything else grows from that mustard seed. It's narcissism, 48 laws of power, all that shit. It's the same box. That is it. That is the problem with all problems. That's the problem with people. That's the problem with society. It's narcissism. Watered to grow, normalized, adapted into other ways of life. It's just a way. It's a parasite. It's a consumer. It's a user. It's all the things that we normalize. Hence, that's what the evil is. That's that spirit. Like, and then to be like, oh shit, I figured that out too. Jesus Christ, part 2. What do I do now? Ain't like a nigga can do shit about that. That sound like a breeding problem, boy. That sound like a trauma loop that just happens in between tweeters. That's some distortion feedback. I can't do shit about that. Well, Medusa ain't got that many mirrors, right? So it's like you'll get an answer to some shit. And like I said, it's going to remove you again from your society. You feel like you're distant now or a black sheep? Wait till you start getting answers. There ain't too much you can do with it. You become very limited contact with anyone else that's not aware of certain things. And I'm just using those as like big bookmarks. There's so many other micro things I learned too, but you had to. Because the bus don't move until you do. When you're on campaign mode, that is. Everybody ain't on campaign mode. A lot of people doing their dreams and pursuing their own side quests. Yep. That's cool too. I've done a few. But this campaign mode, that's a different story. That shit tints your side quest. Because you think it's everything else until you get the fucking answer. And you get the fucking answer and it's underwhelming. Then it changes everything. You're in a new paradigm. You're like, what the fuck was that for, bitch? 3, Viper's Den, heavy on the gratitude, TBFB, free will light, Jonathan. Yeah, we call it free will light. The what if most everyone you thought you went to war with never make it back home? Feels a lot like a military training simulator. Oh, Metal Gear Solid, my favorite game. TBFB 13, they dusted this place up trying to avoid the storm. Yes. Yep. It was in a parking lot just in time. Especially when music is involved, it attracts the most evil people for the opposite reason. Beat CDs 3, Jonathan. Whatever guessed the time was going to be blasphemy, everything is tape. The end. Everything is on tape. Everything good is on tape. The end. I don't know if it's the end. That's what I'm saying. This is the longest fucking prequel to the game ever, but it's like a long ass prequel, bro. Like, yeah. I didn't even live life yet, because I didn't even know what the fuck it was. Yep. Like you said, it's like military training. You get your academic training, your emotional training, then your military training. Training after training. And then you're like, all right, so you gonna let me go in the wild now? Shit. I can switch between characters? What's up? You gonna throw some money at me? What's up? I know that shit fake. Holla. You know what I'm saying? Like, when does it let go? Who would have thought that recodifying your past and trauma is not actually traumatic? It's a trauma. When you have no more past trauma left, there is no trauma, and that's traumatic. If you understand how the nervous system works. Keep substituting that item. Keep substituting your trauma slot with other traumas. And then you stop. There's like an empty slot. You're like, why can't I put weapons in there? Because I always feel like something's missing. Yep. The need to figure out or survive some shit will linger, even when there's nothing to fucking figure out. Ain't that a bitch? It is. I'm a witness. So now, if I catch myself slipping and I'm thinking about something from a long time ago, and it made me feel away, I'm like, why am I thinking about this? This was a long time ago. And then I remember, like, my brain is skipping over something because my brain should start 3 years ago, then 9, and then think about that and worry about that, or extract that energy and resonance from it, and it can't, because there's nothing there that matches a long time ago. So that means it's looking for something. It's looking for something else to dig up. It's looking for other things that are not recoded. It's like a defragmentation, if you will, of trauma. That's how you know you're at the end of it. Like cycle-wise. Parking lot to parking lot. Like, for real, dead ass. Because it will scan those timelines in those areas where everything was kind of fucked up. Because I had the wrong impression of things, too. I made it, apparently, but I made it on the false pretenses. So now when I think about that time, that season, those actors, and any similarities it has until this moment now, aka being in the unknown, it was like, this ain't that. This shit nothing like that. This shit ain't that at all, because I have so many answers. I know why that happened. I get it. Then it's a now what problem. Then you're just at a now what problem. Because you got to the other side of some shit. And now you know it's magic. Yup. Now you understand magic. Mm-hmm. That is a magician's, it's a magician's path. If you find yourself in the crosshairs of these videos, that's probably what it is. God puts us through that for magic. Everybody else don't need mana. Everybody don't live life with magic. So you have to learn how to detach from physical reality and people and those different storylines and things like that. It'll fuck your magic up. Mm-hmm. They had us competing for girls or something. Like, we had to be man enough. In a weird society, a corporate paradigm by strangers who never invite us to their cookouts. No, that's something else to wake up from. No. No. Don't miss it. Pattern recognition, emotional intelligence, sixth sense, psychic phenomenon, the veil, your grandma's Indian, all of that, the Bible, Jesus, angels, all of that, and from the beginning to the end, from Alpha to the Omega, all of that is a very interesting pathway for people who take it serious. Because that's all classified as magic. Transmuting energy thoughts. Neville Goddard thought of mastery, new age thought, new thought, symbolism, occult, hermeticism, all of that. All that shit's magic school. Brother Panic, all that's magic school. It doesn't seem like it because it doesn't seem magical. I know, no Harry Potter Part 2, but there's that too, but this is not that type of magic school. Yeah, you wake up and you realize like life is actually training you about magic school. And it's all the illusions. That's a spell by itself. Everyone's pretending to be something they're actually not. That you actually have to find yourself. The pretenses tells you that someone used magic against us. The fuck? This shit ain't natural. Programming a civilization to be fucking stupid is not normal. How the fuck you even do that? That's magic. That's how the fucking how is in the magic. sequences, trolling, misleading, illusions, fake promises, extortion, all kinds of shit to make it seem away. If you gotta make something seem away, lying, magic, it's all magic. Anytime you're attempting to rewrite your reality, you're invoking something else. The act of imagining and having the audacity to think that'll happen to you, real, physical, that'll happen. You see it in your head and it happens. The fuck? That's magic, school. That's magic, fool. Yep. You gotta go through a lot if you fuck around looking for magic, man. You little kid feeling like you were X-Men. Yep. Fuck around. Ask the right questions. Say the right prayers. Your ass might find out that you're in magic school. And that you didn't choose it. It chose you. Every other religion and belief system tries to describe the consequences of those people who do said things that don't exist, that are real, but they're pretty bad and evil. We got to get them out of behind the scenes, ass niggas. Meanwhile, for everybody else, it's the same magic, fool. So it's not a. They trust me. Those folks definitely don't have a monopoly on what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't think they know what I'm talking about. Good. Very good. You don't go through all that hell and get over it, and also don't get rewarded for it. On Job, just remember that wherever you are in your story, there is a reason to keep going. It does get better. The other shit does play out. You don't have to worry about who and how and what everyone else is supposed to get and don't get. Mind your fucking business. It'll work itself out, usually. Especially if you live another day. If God gives you another day, that means it's working out. If God gives you another day, then it's working out. I can almost guarantee it. I tell you something. I want to say it if I didn't go through it. I'm going through it now. I can't see shit. Stevie Wonder to the future right now. That's why I spend so much time looking back real quick while I got some time. Like, oh, my grandfathers and them signed me up for magic school. Motherfuckers don't tell me shit. That's the point. That's how it survived so many generations. By not saying nothing. It just is. Yeah, that's magic. They pass it down to you from the past. They don't miss. Some of them could see us before we got here, man. We weren't always lost. We wasn't always missing. We wasn't always without our libraries. We wasn't always outside of our culture. We wasn't always occupied. Just remember them. They don't miss. Yep. Some people debate whether or not we still have access to that energy of those people or those personalities or those spirits. I don't know. I feel like we do. I feel like they're still with us. Don't know how to explain it. I can just tell you something. If I think about them, I get correspondence. If I imagine that I do, I do. I don't know how it can be anything more than that for anyone anyway. Very powerful. It's very powerful to know that you have some really cool fucking ancestors that give a fuck about you. enough to somehow understand their reality enough to send you a message through time, if you will, at the very least. That they follow their notifications to get to you. It works both ways. Everything they went through is for us. Everything we went through is for them. Law of correspondence and everything in between. It's not a one-player game, it seems. Correct. So your life ain't really your life for real. Don't forget that. Your life is a fractal, a result of so many other lives for real. Everything about it, actually. I think that's why I was so persistent on finding out about us in the past. So I can understand what life is now. And, what's the next best step for us. They're like, yeah, no, we just gonna freestyle it right now until someone else shows up. I'm like, nigga, I showed up. Fuck going on? Yeah. What a time to be alive again. Because I know it could have just not at all. Wait, I missed something. Fat girls at the mall. Threes. Three. Regardless of how it went, because I know it could have just not at all went. There's no such thing as a one-way street. It's always a two-way street at minimum. Yeah. Getting us closer to something. Because it definitely got us far away from the past. And everything that limited us. And those beliefs, those thoughts. It wakes you up to magic. And it's just telling you that this life is manipulatable using parameters that they're not teaching, that they're hiding, or that they're keeping it to themselves. They're distracting you, they're trolling you. And now you gotta fucking look around and reverse engineer, like, where's that magical lever at? Because I know they're fucking abusing it. Yep, they are. They're divination abusers. That's why it's broken. They can't break a man law. They're breaking universal laws, so it's compensating, as it tends to do. It's universal. God said. And it just does. It'll fix itself. AKA has an autocorrect. Unfortunately, this autocorrection seems to be throwing a lot of people out of it. Ejecting a lot of people out of this simulation. A lot of old patterns, a lot of old corporations, a lot of old ways of life. It's overcompensating. It's like the same force you push against the wall pushes back against you. But to the degree that they're losing things, it's to the degree that they fucking cross the line. It hasn't stopped yet, so you imagine. Like a domino effect rally. Like the dominoes rewinding and going backwards, like on some Tenet shit. It's gonna catch up to their ass. It's gonna catch whoever fucking pushed that domino to begin with, is what I'm saying. Of our generations. They can't blame a long time ago. They don't pissed off the earth and universe now. Yeah, they're hiding behind the past. That was their cover story. They're not from the past. These people fucking up are not from that past or that story anyway. Yep. So now we're back to day one of 2025. Oh my God, Trump and Epstein list. Another loop. With the green outside, another loop. Everything is a loop. Was this February or March again? Yeah. So they're back to the beginning even with Trump and Epstein list. What they gonna tell us about Elon Musk next? Oh yeah, and Doge checks. Again. Like, you feel me? Like, all of the headlines of the White House are the same headlines from the spring. Again. Tariffs, win. Free money, win. Trump, Epstein, old stuff. Don't worry about it. Other people, celebrities. Someone died. COVID, tough. What about next? 2030. Rush. Like, they don't have any. Well, that's what I'm saying. They have the same handful of. Like I said, this hyper novelty. They're running out of things to run on. What I'm trying to say is, even the White House and the government doesn't have enough distractions left. This is Cartoon Network on Friday. You thinking about the Cell saga, and for whatever fucking reason, Cartoon Network restarts and reruns the damn Frieza saga. And you're like, I know the devil a damn liar. Cell's been sitting in that damn arena for days now. Why am I looking at Nappa? That's what these motherfuckers doing. They ain't got 6 months of stories, is what I'm trying to tell you. Young and the Restless. They ain't got no Victor Newman, no Shane McMahon. They ain't got nothing. They back to the same stories from March when all this shit started happening. Kind of like a portal or, wormhole. What is that shit called? Well, yeah, it's a wormhole. Like we're in a pocket universe for 6 months. In terms of like things unfolding and refolding and distractions and delays and all kinds of shit. Hey, we ain't gonna feed no kids. We're gonna blow up fishermen, and here goes Israel again, breaking the peace treaty. Hooray! We got $50 billion from Mussolini's grandson. That was just like that was the surface level. The audacity. Like, this year should be called the year of audacity. The audacity of the snake. Because there's a year of a snake too, restrictions. So this makes sense now. You gotta put on some respect on the old Khan's names, man, who came up with that system. This is definitely a year of the snake in this bitch. And we alley-ooped the end of the year into 5 fucking retrogrades. Can you fucking imagine how much the gods love us? Brother, we're in a Mercury retrograde at the end of the year. Why? You think 2025 needed another something? We already had 4 other retrogrades that nobody be talking about. But they're gonna add Mercury to the mix. Neptune's last time in Pisces or some shit. Dream worlds, innovation, and spiritualism. As if we needed more of that. It's all going out, huh? Oh, this is like a little train that passed by us. AKA everyone to get initiated. It was a planetary initiate. It's a planetarily aligned initiated sequence for a lot of people too, man. That humans today don't even go there. They robbed us of that because there's definitely a lot of science behind what all the ancestors, put in that box for us. When it comes to the planets and what happens to people, why certain alignments bring out certain things that they normally don't, unless that alignment happens. And I'm telling you, this year is one of those alignments that happened, man. It cut off so many old stories. January 22nd. Yeah. January 22nd, the year of the snake, 3-eye atlas. All the weird shit that happened this year is with the life is lifing. The democracy, whatever that is. Social media and dating catastrophe. Population replacement problems. You're starting to notice everyone left is retarded. I know. And then they said, fuck all that. Let me give you all the retrogrades and a Mercury just to wrap it all up for you. Fuck all your super eclipses, every super moon you can think of in the almanac. And then they said, guess what? We ain't making no more almanacs. What? How the fuck do you quit? Nah, on Benjamin Banneker, this is a legitimate question. How are they gonna stop printing farmer almanacs? Where they do that at? You know the retrogrades being almanacs, right? Stay woke. So, on Benjamin Banneker, for real. They want niggas. They don't want to do that no more. That's a cool fucking story, child. It's a cool fucking story, child. All at the same year, bro. Where the almanac and all the calendars and all the alignments of energy tell you this is an important year. And then that same year, they say, oh, we ain't want to study the stars and the patterns of our fucking crops no more. Sorry, guys. We're out of business. Fuck out my face. They must have didn't think that shit was real. It absolutely is. And somehow people sidestep that and start talking about God, Bible, and astrology. I was like, bitch, you don't follow God or the Bible. How the fuck you don't use that as your defense for the astrology? Shut your ass up. You ain't supposed to do that. You ain't supposed to see that way. Because God said, what are all that other hoe ass shit you be doing just last night? Anyway, so Jupiter has this weird effect on motherfuckers. Because it do. Damn. Ignorance is not bliss this year, boy. You get your ass fucked up. I can't imagine how, man. If you didn't know about these things at all, Lord have mercy. I don't even know how to imagine how my life would be like without the filter. How much shit you can sidestep. How much shit you cannot worry about because you have a reason, a list for it. You have a case for it. Like, oh, all right, then let me move this way and see what happens. And boom, it happens. And your dreams tell you too. Stay woke out. Everyone look for a fucking confirmation. Go to sleep. And write down your dreams. You'll see. You'll notice that your dreams and your life will start to sync up. Stay woke. Say, I didn't warn you. Yep. It's all the path of a magician. Yep. No candles, no demons, no sigils were harmed in the making of common fucking sense. A damn English language for the Imperial Majestic. That's why our language exists. Dream syncs, you got them? There's a realest thing out here, so why they stop? Hold on. December will be January, bottom of the horseshoe. Only thing that has new stories is the Key and Peele show somehow, although it ended in 2015. One Night with Venus Lifetime on Mercury. This year's quote. They left in a new Frankenstein movie. One Night with Venus, a lifetime on Mercury. That's crazy. 333. That means something. On Europa, that means something. Venus, a night in Venus, a lifetime on Mercury. That's a ratio. Yeah, that makes sense. Europa. Europa versus Jupiter, or Europa versus eternity. You have a night here and a life with Mercury. Yeah. If there is a life after this one, this one definitely feels like nighttime. This one definitely feels like nighttime. This one definitely feels like the dream side of things. We start calculating for eternities. Yeah, that's the best case scenario actually. Won't be so fucking miserable and tragic when you look back on it. It'll just be another fucking stare in your pyramid. They say indefinitely. I think they need time out sometimes. Like, we gotta do better about real time, or I don't know. It depends on what it really is when we die. If it's like a bad DMT trip, then ain't nothing to change about it. But if you really gotta live out all these years in real time, parallel, just to realize you're doing some bullshit on the side parallel, I'm voting for a change. I need an in-game HUD with a notification system, and I need to know what time it says in my ship at all times. Even as an infant, I need it. Because that whole novelty of you had to figure out everything from scratch, well, not. It's weird because we learn and we figure out things unnaturally anyway, so we kind of think like we're really doing it from scratch, and we're really not. But, the accumulation of data and experiences just to be like, well, it's almost over now. I guess I finally fucking figure it out, and I'm logging out at the same time. Damn, I just figured this shit out. Bye. Like, that's too dramatic for me, boy. That's way too dramatic for me. And then all the people who don't live that long and everything in between us, or don't get a chance to live at all. Like, damn. It makes you focus on your survival more, I think. Almost for no fucking reason. Because that shit's all that shit random. Like, you're counting on random. You feel me? Like, no matter what you know about this place, it's still random. You can figure out whatever the fuck you want to figure out in some random shit. This is always fucking a fucking spaceship will appear right above your damn head for no reason. Throw your ass off. Now you gotta figure out life all over again. Like, this is a new variable. Yeah, so that part. Yeah, we're being trolled too much. Yeah. It's too heavy handed, that's all. That's how I know something else going on. This is like a simulation. I just don't know. To what end? Yep, at least pop up anytime you click on it. And a simple menu. You say all we need is a simple menu. TVFB says, especially when I set intentions before I sleep and when I wake up. Oh, that's been working for you? I've been trying. I need to get back on it. Like being specific. I need something specific right now, so I need to use that. I need to use that more wisely. Oh, shit's almost 6 o'clock, part 5. I'm gonna let y'all go, man. I got too much to ramble about. I'm figuring something that I didn't figure out or something. I don't know. It's over. That whole part is over, at least. Very underwhelming, but I am super grateful that it makes sense, at least. Yeah, I have a working model on how to wrap all these little loose knots up in my first part of my life. Amen. Sakoshi says, it's your friend in Zion trolling, playing with the system settings. Mr. Now says, with 3 buttons, pause, resume, go home, and hell nah. TVFB13 says 3. Not every time, but enough to get trying. Come on now. You feel me? Life is a very whimsical and capricious, man. We gotta learn to like be serious and not take it serious somehow at the same time. Be serious and disciplined about your path, but don't take life too serious to where it make you mad or sad. It ain't that damn serious. And it's temporary. And it's random as fuck. And there's magic. Stay woke. Till next time.